y'all can hear me. Wonder if y'all can hear me. Okay. All right. Give me a second. What's good, lovely people? I've been wanting to do this ever since Ryan said he's going to 140. Salute L Flowers, Just Do, TWT in the building. What's good with you? Ancestral Rays, what's good? What's good, K-Rod? Ryan gets annihilated at 140. Well, I'm going to drop a link later on. Anybody can click it. Well, if I've seen you before, you can click it. And all of us, we're going to cook on one at a time. Ryan versus this person, that person, and the next. Just like I did. But salute Boxing MMA 365. CB Sports TV, what is happening with you? Who is real? Hey, salute to you. I'm glad you came through. Kano Loco Sports, what's good? Jose Diaz, what's up? Mr. Pads, what's good with you? Thank you. I appreciate it, yo. This bitch is bigger than what I thought it was. I didn't think it was going to be this big. I really didn't. I ain't planned for all of that. Didn't plan for all of that. Skywalker, Boxing in the house. Salute to TWT in the business up in the. What's good? What's good, Angela? Glad you stopped by, Queen. Make sure, you rinsed up. The queens gotta get rinsed up when they come in. All the wifeys. Salute to you, Omega Red. What's good? What's good? What's good? Jose Vargas. I thought Jose Vargas was going to retire after he got fucking laid out on the ropes like some dirty laundry. It hung dry his ass. It don't need to be shit. I hate Ryan. It don't need to be next, especially with all that shit Ryan talking, yo. Like, in my opinion, I just want to see Ryan stretched, and he don't need to. Tank don't need to be the one that do it at 140. Do it at 135. He don't need to be the one to do it. Period. Shit. Anybody can stretch that motherfucker, in my opinion. It's one of the new shirts I got on my website. I fucks with it. Let's turn that shit off. Yeah. Yeah, I got the Q&A. I got the Q&A up there. I got Love and Sports right here. And the Money Team. TWT. the winning team on both corners, and my shit in the middle. Yeah, for sure. He would never fight Tank. He trying. He trying. Like no matter what a lot of people say about Ryan Garcia, I believe he wants to fight. I believe he 100% without a shot of a doubt think he can knock out Gervonta Davis. I believe he believes it. I really do. I don't think he think. I mean, he's blowing smoke or none of that shit. Like I don't think so. I just don't. I think that motherfucker really believes that he has a chance. Might be a small chance, but he believes he has a chance. Nevertheless, in my opinion, shit. Matter of fact, what he be saying, he believes that it ain't no way Tank can beat him. Like that shit's definitely going to be a knockout. Period and point blank. What's good, Quee? What's good, Quee? What's happening? We did it. We official. Okay, yeah, for sure, for sure. Everybody hit that like button when you come in here. I'm gonna cook a little bit on the topics, and then we're gonna go through one by one. I made a video a couple months back about the fighters you should know at 140 pounds at junior welterweight, and we're gonna go through those fighters. All right, it's 17 fighters long. If somebody ain't on that list that you want on that list, by the time we get to the end of the list, let me know, and we can, you know what I'm saying, we can do that for sure. Salute to you, Black Belt Ben. Oscar is always gonna be determined. Red, he's gonna fuck everything up. And I think he doesn't want Ryan Garcia to fight. I really don't. Like, especially the way he's talking and shit. It's not about him no more. He's not fighting anymore. And I remember he was supposed to have a fight and it got sick and he was like, fuck fighting. He didn't even try to make the fight again or fight nobody else. Like it was just over. Just think about it when Tank knocks him out, his boxing career is over. That's what I said. Like I believe when Tank knocks this motherfucker out and he feel how it feels to be knocked out and shit, like I don't think he's going to want to fight no more. Like he don't have to fight. That motherfucker, he got a lot of endorsements and most of his money come from modeling. Like he really models. Like it's a real thing. He really models. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen no broke model in my life. That man ain't broke. He don't need boxing. He likes attention. That's what I think. Like for real. So to you, Bruce, gas, boxing, jazz, and more. What is good? What's good? What's good? Keeping it cool in 100-degree heat. Damn. I don't want no parts of that. School of Skills. What is good? Say salute. Ashley in the chat. Salute to you. What is good, fam? TWT in the building again. I need them flames like Southern T got. That shit hard. Is that run them numbers up? Yeah, man. I'm gonna drop this link, y'all. I want y'all to push it and let me know Ryan Garcia. We're gonna go through it one by one fighter to the next fighter to the next. Oh shit. I'm biased ass. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Look, we're not judging here. Yeah, mascara, bro. Ugh. We're gonna talk about it though. Salute to you, Miss Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Salute to you, Queen. Thank you for stopping by. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Yeah, you rinsed up too. Is 102 there? Damn, it's hot as a motherfucker. I think it's like 82 here. It's not that hot, but it's hot. Hot enough out this motherfucker. Love the show. Oh, okay. Salute to you, 704 Joe. Salute to you. All right, listen, man. Matter of fact, let me go and get this. Let me get this link. Let me get the pre-link real quick. Let me get the link so when I want to drop it, I can just hurry up and do that. Man, yo. Ryan Garcia, yo. Boom. Okay. Ryan Garcia has been a pain in my derriere for a long time. Ever since he said Gervonta Davis' name when he had like 7 fights or some crazy shit like that. All he been doing is blowing smoke. It's been straight cap, straight lies. His beginning in the beginning, people brushed it off. They didn't pay attention to it. I pay attention to everything Javante Davis' name is connected to, because that's my job. Okay. Salute to you, Tyrone Spencer. What's good with you? Man, when he first started saying that shit, I was like, yo, nobody's paying attention to it because he had no fights. Nobody really knew who he was. But I mean, he almost got knocked out a few times. People just didn't watch his fights. I remember he had a fight on Facebook. Believe that. Like, his fight wasn't shown anywhere but Facebook. Like, that's what type of fighter he was. You know what I'm saying? He never really was a big name fighter, always on a big card and shit like that. Like, that wasn't who he was. The clout that he kept saying about Javante Davis made him who he was. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Zena 360. I'm glad you came by too. I haven't seen you in a little minute up in the chat. Salute to you, Stephen Styles. What is good? Or was it Steven Styles? Didn't you say it's pronounced a different way? It's 86 degrees in South Carolina. It really feel like 109. Damn, I believe that shit though. When it's 98 degrees, yo. Yeah, I bet it feel like it's damn near 110. I bet it feel like it. But everybody started to ask him. A lot of people, interviewed Ryan Garcia after years went by and asking him why he don't like Javante Davis so much, because it was all disrespect. He never approached talking about Tank in a good manner or asking for a fight. It was always, I'm gonna knock you out, he's fat, and all this other BS. It's always been that. He used to make skits about Tank and he put it on Twitter. His Twitter page has been shut down and he made a new one. So his Twitter page right now is only from a year. You know what I'm saying? So you can't find that shit. But if you know it, you know. Like, he made skits and made fun of Ryan Garcia. I mean, Ryan Garcia made fun of Tank before Rolly, before everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was what he was all about. Tank just laughs at him. It's funny. Tank is like, whatever, I'll KO him. And that's another thing. Like, we seen Tank grow. He used to be on a lot of social media, a lot of writing things and being in people business and stuff like that. But it was all fun and games to him. He used to joke a lot, unless you was in his weight class and he said shit. He had running with the Charlos and he kept it short, kept it sweet, but he said shit about him in defense of himself. He said a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, those days are over. He a grown man. He on his grown man shit, and he don't really talk like that about nobody. Salute to you, Kamara, the stepping razor up in the house. Salute to you in the super chat. I appreciate that. And it says, peace to you, goddess. Keep bringing the fire. I'm going to try to bring it today. I'm going to get some help from the chat now. And so I know y'all got something to say about some type of fighter versus Ryan Garcia at 140 pounds. So we're going to have fun. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't plan on being on here forever and a day, either a good hour, maybe an hour and some change. And that is it. You understand? But when people kept asking Ryan Garcia, what's the beef with Javante Davis? He was like, he's a bully. He kept saying Tank was a bully out this motherfucker, and nobody really wanted to ask. They just ran with that shit until eventually somebody just said it. Because I know I said it. I was like, how is Tank the bully and Tank don't respond to you? Tank don't say nothing. Tank don't call you out. You're the only one that's trying to gain some clout and some recognition off of being disrespectful to a knockout artist, baby. In my Charlo voice. So he said he was a bully, and come to find out, even to this day, this is 2022, Ryan Garcia and Tank never officially met each other. They never met each other. Tank said he got his phone number from one of his girls. And before he fought his last fight, or Tago, he called him and said, make sure your ass win, or something like that, he said. So that was the only conversation they had, was this year. And it was a short conversation. Tank was like, he was surprised and didn't really, he didn't really believe it was Tank on the phone. And then he was just shocked. He was just real quiet on the phone. He had nothing to say on the phone. Like, bro, you on the phone. Like, so how that you've never is fucking up. Is the shit working now? Ryan is clout chasing. He don't want it. He'll eventually get one big fight and they'll call him great. You're right. I think you're 100% right. I think you're 100% right on that. Salute to Johnny Q. What's happening with you? What's happening with you? Oh shit, Contender. What's good, man? What is good? What's popping? What's popping? I know, yo. I seen that shit. I don't know why that should be doing that. I don't know why I be doing that. Tank the bully, but everyone been calling him out since he was at 130 while they were right at 135 or 126 out this bitch. Make it make sense, man. I don't. Suits you, Big Texas ATX. Cletus Smith, what is good with you? When mine start cutting up, I turn my camera off for a little bit. All right, bet. I'll try that next time. Black Belt Ben says, why don't Devin, Ryan, Teal, and any of these fighters get the same energy for calling out Tank since he been at 130 that they attack Tank for fighting other fighters coming up in weight calling him out? Nah, because it ain't fun enough. They don't get views for talking about other fighters. Just Tank. And it gotta be negative or you ain't gonna get them views you want. Somebody gonna call you a nut hugger or something. You know what I'm saying? It got to be negative about Tank for you to get them views, yo. Salute to you, Junior the Truth. What is good? What's good? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But okay. Man. Ryan Garcia says that he is going to move up to 140 pounds and stay there. His last two fights wasn't at 135. I think To Go was at like some type of mid-ass catch weight. And it wasn't To Go that couldn't make weight. It was Ryan Garcia. And that fight went 12. And then right after that, he fought what's his name? Fortuna. Now, Javier Fortuna I think he used to fight at 130 if I'm not mistaken. If not, then it was just always 135. And he could have made weight, but I believe he didn't have no fire up under his ass to do so. He did look chubby in the face during the weigh-in. He had zero abs during the weigh-in, and then he rehydrated 16, 17 pounds. So he was damn near a middleweight. It was like 158 pounds on fight night. And it looked like he couldn't move out the way, couldn't get his feet out the blocks. You know what I'm saying? And he was just getting tagged. His head was on the center line. We all really know that he doesn't really have good defense. And really, when Ryan Garcia fights somebody with good defense and they can, they don't keep their hands in their pocket and they throw punches too, he'll have difficulty. He will, But Gervonta Davis, being that he got power, he doesn't really throw a lot of punches, but his defense is very underrated. Tank's defense is very underrated. And for the one thing that Ryan Garcia keeps saying is, I'm going to knock him out for sure, and I'm going to make it look easy. I'm going to tell you this right now. Tank's going to make that knockout look easy, just like he made real knockout look easy. He said he didn't hit him that hard. It was an escape punch, just like he does in practice. He goes to the ropes. He do that. He either escapes to the right or the left. Everybody does that shit. You know what I'm saying? They use the word escape because they're getting off of the ropes. But that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? And he just got hit precisely in the jaw during his power punch, and that ended up the way it ended up. A lot of fighters, years ago, I done heard a lot of fighters say that they sat and watched Tank beat up middleweights. They sat and watched Tank knock out heavyweights. And people that respect those fighters still don't want to believe it just because they're talking about Gervonta Davis. Other fighters don't want to believe that because they're talking about Gervonta Davis. But even spectators that's not fighters said that Tank be knocking out middleweights and heavyweights. And one guy in particular said, and they ain't nobodies. It was like they're really knocking out like professional. He really be stopping professional middleweights, professional heavyweights, and shit like that. That's what he said. Like they ain't just people that's off the street or people that never fought pro in their life. They're real professional fighters that he be in there stopping with headgear on. And I know people like it works both ways. He's protected like they are, but he is powerful enough to knock you out with headgear on, and you're twice his weight. It's different. That shit is different. Okay. And a lot of people will be like, well, Tank was probably 150, 160 at the time. Okay, so why do announcers, the commentators, and a lot of fighters ask the question is, we'll see if he brings his power up to this weight class, bruh. It's smaller gloves, no headgear. If he can knock somebody out being 160 pounds and knock out a heavyweight, what makes you think he can't knock out somebody being 135, 140, or whatever? Like, that people don't use their logic in both directions. They just use it in one way so they can hate on somebody. Salute to you, young kill. Sup, Sean. What's good? What's good with you? It's gonna be Leo part 2, man. I don't even think it's gonna be that. Like Leo, I believe Leo got a leather face. Leo has a very good chin. If you really pay attention to that fight, Tank was tagging the shit out of him, and he will return with punches. Like he didn't even get tagged, and that shit caught up with his ass, and he got knocked out brutally. But he still was tough enough to take his punches to return fire. Ryan don't got that. Like if Tank was fighting Ryan Garcia the same way he was fighting Leo, that shit wouldn't even won 6 rounds. In my opinion, that shit would have been 3 rounds, 4 rounds tops. That should have been over, in my opinion. Ryan still does have basic fundamentals down yet. Chin straight up. You meant doesn't, but it's all right. I see what you mean. Chin straight up. Trash footwork. He is the definition of the word hype. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I don't even know who the fighters are that you have on your list at 140, but I got Ryan losing to at least 12 of them. You got him losing to more than that once we get to it. Salute to you, Macadocious Mac of the South. What's happening with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through. That's a good point. Yeah, man. Yeah. Rockman Jr. and his dad both said, yeah, I was getting to them too. They both said that they witnessed him knocking out way bigger dudes. And the stuff that they were saying about Ryan Garcia is true. Like, if Ryan didn't have all that hype behind him, this wouldn't be a fight. Nobody would be clamoring to see Ryan Garcia still got work to do. Like, we still haven't seen him fight certain, like, this motherfucker done fought like one style of fighter, for real. Like, you haven't really fought nobody that's really good, for real, or tried to win the damn fight. City Yoda Wise Crest, what's happening? TWT in the building. Batman Forever, aka 817. Well, how you doing? How you been? How you doing? It said Leo Santa Cruz. Yeah, Leo Santa Cruz got a chin and had never been hurt with an insane work rate. Yes. That is a fact upon a fact right there. That's facts. I got him losing to the top 15. Man. That's why I was like, yo, I don't even care if Ryan I don't care if Tank get the fight. Like, if he moving up to 140, he can fight somebody that's a no-name with losses and still lose. Do y'all know that? And he'll still lose at 140. I just don't think he built like that. I just don't think he have it in him. I just don't. But we're gonna go and get the party. Let's get started. This is the link right here. This is the link. If y'all want to talk about Ryan Garcia versus the top fighters at 140, go ahead and hit that link and we can get started. Salute to you. Scales from New Orleans, TWT in the building again. What is happening with you? Hold up. I prefer Ryan versus Tio or Montana Love since they both on the zone. Is that why people keep bringing up Montana Love? I do not think he's the goods like everybody else. I don't. I never did. But maybe that's why they keep bringing it up, because he's on the zone. And you realize Tio didn't say shit. Tio didn't say a damn thing back to Ryan, but people mad that Tank didn't say nothing back to Ryan. Bro, how long has this been going on? Like Ryan been saying been saying Tank's name for years. This is the first time he said Tio's name. Him or his dad didn't say a goddamn thing. Ain't nobody believe the boy that cried wolf. Nobody believes this motherfucker. Nobody. But we're going to talk about Ryan. We're going to talk about Ryan, man. And we're going to start with the number one guy at 140, which is Regis Prograis. Man, y'all. Ryan Garcia at 140 is a laugh. But I like it. I like that he's saying this shit. I like that he wants to move up to 140, because I would like to see him knock the fuck out. No bullshit. Salute to you, Just Do. Yeah, you must have came back. That's the only other 140 guy in the zone, I think. All right, maybe that is why people keep saying his name, because Montana Love is just not all that to me. Maybe I'm tripping, but I just don't think he's all of that. You know? I just don't. Black Belt Ben said, I'm going to say this about Leo Santa Cruz and everyone talking about him ducking Gary Russell Jr. Jesus. Why you have to bring him up? I think Leo Santa Cruz would have given Gary Russell a lot of problems due to his work rate and his chin. Yes, sir, I do agree with that. Wholeheartedly, I agree with that. Because I understand Tank had punched his gloves on. Regardless, he still put Leo Santa Cruz to sleep. He was snoring. Salute to you, Brooklyn C. He still put his ass to sleep, man. Still put his ass to sleep. Just do go ahead and hit that button. Hit the link. Go ahead and hit the link. Whoever want to hit the link, go ahead and hit the link so we can get this party started, man. Because I'm not trying to go back. I'm not trying to go back. For real. We got some killers at 140, for real. Some fucking killers. And I think Ryan, man, to be honest, you know, Ryan might have some success with the lower tier competition, but it's a lot of people at 140 that's undefeated, and Ryan can get his respect there if he wanted it, but I just don't think he wants to work to get at it. I think he wants to get it the fast way, you know. And saying that Tank is the only person that'll give him his respect, but he wanted at a higher weight class. And for the people to say that, well, Tank already fought at 140, it's like, bro, really, yo? So because he chose somebody with a title, I don't care what type of title it was a title. Because he chose somebody with a title to go up and fight, because there was no other big fighters. There wasn't no other big name fighters to fight at that time. He could just fight at 140 all willy-nilly just because somebody wanted to. You can't pull a side to any direction that you want to pull him, regardless of how much people want to say, well, he can do it, bro. It don't matter. Like, I don't think that's the point, whether if he can do it or not. I just don't. What's good, Just Boxing?
What's going on? My bad.
Just do. Hold up.
What's going on, Ash? My bad.
Shit. Hold on, man. Let me share this joint. Okay. This is my video. This is my video at start that I did. And Regis Prograis is gonna be the first fighter we talk about. These are the fighters that's on my list. Okay, this is Matias. We got Brandon Lee. I can't remember what dude name is. Gary Antoine. This is Hunter. Um, what's his name? Richardson Hitchison. Uh, can't remember his name right now. Elvis Pedraza.
Elvis
He's not
Rodriguez.
right. He's not at 135, but he did have a fight at 140, so he's on there. You got Montana Love, Barbosa. This is this is Kenneth Sims, T.O., Regis Prograis, um, Darren Price, Jose Ramirez, and Jose Zepeda. That is the list lineup. Anybody want to be part of this live to talk about the fighters? Go ahead and hit the button. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. But this is the number. This is the number one fighter in the division right now, and we're gonna cook on him first. Regis Prograis is a southpaw. His record is 26-1 with 22 knockouts. He's 33 years old. His height is 5'8". His reach is 67 inches, and he's fighting out of Houston, Texas. Oh shit, my shit almost fell. What you think about him versus Ryan Garcia, Just Do?
Yeah, you know what I think. You want to see a dead body? Do y'all want to see a dead body? Regis hurt that boy bad. But I say, hey, it's gonna be out of his hands unless he just gonna be at 140 trying to duck all top smoke. Cause I've been saying it since he snuck his ass up there that he need to go on ahead and just say that's where he gonna be at, so we could go on ahead and prepare for to see him duck some of these people. Cause I don't see him wanting to fight Regis. I think he'd duck him 100% of the way. He'd avoid him like the plague, man. like COVID. Telling you, he don't got a shot to, in my opinion, though, against Regis. Not even a puncher's chance. I just don't see it. And Regis got a chin and he tough. I think he'd dog him. He got the wrong. He like a matchup nightmare for a fighter like Ryan Garcia with that style, that not being defensively responsible. I don't think he can handle pressure well either. And I think that's why they match him in there with certain fighters, because they know that. Like you said, like y'all seen, I know you seen a clip with Rolly sparring him. That pressure, he just don't seem to be a fighter that can handle pressure. And Regis gonna make him fight. And I think that'd be a nightmare for
him. I agree with all of that. But the thing is about Regis, y'all, Regis is 5'8". I know Tank's shorter than that. But Ryan relies on his height and shit. Like when it comes to shorter fighters, he don't give him no chance. He don't give him no just do, you know. If anybody want to be part of the live, anybody new that came up in here, please hit the like button and go ahead and hit that link. You can be part of the live. Salute to you, NBA D Nice. What is good with you? Appreciate you coming by, and I appreciate you too. Shadow 979. It's been a little minute. Salute to you. Salute to you, K_G_. What's happening? What's happening with you? All right, man. Salute to you, Jay Grant Jr. I see you too. I see you in the building. When it comes to Regis, man, and he got a 67 inches in reach is short as hell. All right. Now, and being that he's the number one fighter at 140, he should be able. What's his name? Ryan Garcia should want a gun for the number one, right? Since you're gunning for the number one at 135, which people probably don't agree, but it is Gervonta Davis. So this should be what he want, you know what I'm saying? Since he want to be at the top of the ladder without climbing it, because he ain't never getting to Regis. You ain't never going to get to Regis Prograis if he got to climb that ladder. So it would be a quick, right? It'll be a quick one for him. I forgot about Brandon Lee. Yeah, he might be Ryan too. Brandon Lee, boy. The thing is, I'm not even going to go there. Stop it. All right. We're talking about Regis Prograis right now. We're not at Brandon Lee right now. Not yet. Prograis will seriously hurt Ryan. He has hurt everyone he fought, including Taylor.
Yeah, you heard what he said in that clip. Everybody he fighting up going to they see the doctor. I think Ryan won't be no exception. He'll be in the doctor.
They do? You know what? I believe that. Everybody who fight go to the doctor. I believe that shit. Like,
the way
they have to. Not that,
Yeah,
not because he wants
it's
to.
that style of his. Like he don't go in there to, like, he can box, but his ultimate goal, and you can tell from round one to the fight is over, however long it lasts. He trying to hurt you. He trying to beat you up. Regis like a conditioned, a well conditioned, street fighter with some skills. You know what I'm saying? His approach, he can box, but he really ultimately coming in there to place bombs on you and hurt you, yo, by any means necessary.
Suchi Ricky Williams boxing in the super chat. Definitely appreciate you. Say fun fact: Ugas has done only 2 pay-per-views and still beat Bud Crawford in numbers. Damn.
Shit.
What is good with my family? What is good? What is good? What is good, Yoda? What's happening, Yoda?
Crush was good with it, bro.
What's happening?
What's good? What is good?
You on, I said, hold up, she doing it live. I got to get on over.
I like what she doing, how you doing
Definitely
it too.
Appreciate you, yo.
Like,
I appreciate coming up here. I'm with one of the greatest minds on YouTube when it comes to boxing. Fuck what you heard. Haters get a glass of reality and sip on it. It'll go down nice. That's all. But I hear y'all talking about what's there for. What is it for this guy to do? It is basically nothing but get put in the dirt by anybody that has any type of skill that's probably a C plus and above. Because I haven't seen him fight anything really any good of that. You know what I mean? He what he has that nobody else don't have. Not really nothing. There's a lot of people who have speed and power in boxing. So, my opinion is just to relax on that because his speed and power is not really above anybody else's speed and power in the sport of boxing. His power hasn't shown us that he can put down anyone that's granite, that's built tough. We don't know. Ain't no dog in this kid. There's no dog in him. He's like the hush puppies, the one that you wear on your feet. He gets decimated at 140 from the top 15, like I said. He's just using boxing to probably go ahead and do what he really want to do, turn up his modeling career, probably turn into a Latino singer, all that bullcrap. The sport of boxing. I really don't like. I have dislike for this young man. I really don't. Keeping it real. He's bad for boxing. He's a sideshow Bob. He just talking shit. Somebody just whoop his ass one good time, and then he'll really have some mental deficiencies, as he say he has mental issues. Yeah, up there acting, tighten up your acting skills, Ryan Garcia, because I wasn't buying that. I know plenty of people with mental illness. He does not fit it except for bullshit. Regis fucks him up. Everybody fucks this dude up. They can go pull somebody out of the fucking goddamn Neanderthals caves that used to fight at 140 and they beat the fucking goddamn sweetness out this guy. He's sweet and low.
He said the sweetness.
He has a high chin. His defense is terrible. He's like Herman Munster on his feet. He don't have no backside. What do y'all see in this guy? He's talking about his feet and his height. Get on out of here. He gets chopped down easy. He needs to he should have worried about trying to make 135. Because he's not even proven there, people. Let's be honest. He's not. What the fuck did he do? And we talking about 140? I'm just interested in seeing somebody really clean this pretty boy's clock. Now, I mean, but he ain't gonna get the check that he want because he ain't worth it. I'm tired of people giving him all this. He's marketable. No,
but you know what?
The rotation, nigga. He's like that. He's like that. One of those new guys that don't know the industry and they got a hot song, and instead of going through the steps the right way, they take it. They only got a demo of it, but it's hot. And the guy in the radio station say, "Yeah, I'm gonna play it." But this motherfucker don't even know he's supposed to be getting paid for it. So he's rotation with no productivity to it. All that nonsense, but those followers do not equate over to boxing. Look at his numbers. He needs these names. That's why he call out these big names, because he needs to be attached to a draw. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't drawing shit but a delusion. You know what I'm saying? Just get what we call him, mascara. Get on mascara out of here.
Hell yeah, man.
It's tricky because his marketability outside of the sport is different than what it actually is inside the ring. To me, it's like, you get what I'm saying? His popularity exceeds his talent. I always said that with him. So although he's popular, and with the stuff, you know, the little endeavors and endorsements and stuff that he getting outside the sport, people pay attention to that more than they do his actual fights. I think it's weird with him. Like, he got the following, but it don't necessarily translate to ticket sales and stuff like that. Is weird. So it's like that. I think he got a young fan base, man. I think a lot of his fans are young and people that just don't buy tickets to fights.
I think his fans aren't from boxing. His fans are from modeling. Like, that's why it's a bunch of girls that don't watch boxing, because they're all just little thirsty little girls that just watching modeling, and his male friends are just model. Like, they ain't into boxing. And the man does TikTok and does other social media. They can be into that. Click the like button and follow him on that. But they're not going to sit there and watch the dude that they deem is beautiful and pretty to get hit in the face. They're just not going to watch that shit. They're not boxing fans. Like, that shit is not
if they got to pay for it. Hell no.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
Escobar. And what did he say? Who flew out to see Bud versus Carl? Anybody fly out to see shit that they ain't going on. But Regis Prograis smokes his ass in 4 rounds or less. Like, it probably be a 2-round fight fucking with Regis Prograis, and he probably let him live the first round just because of the reach. And Ryan Garcia is going to be trying to keep him up off him. He's going to be throwing everything, all the whole kitchen sink, the whole kitchen and the table is going to be being thrown at Regis Prograis the first round, maybe even the second round too. And Regis is going to catch the shit out of that dude, and it's going to be over.
Regis will purposely, he can get him out there in 4 rounds, Ash, but I think he'd drag him to 6. I think he'd just want to beat the shit out of him a little bit, just because all the hype with this dude. And Regis, you know, he just, he remind me of this dude around the corner, man. He's so cool and so deadly, and he's confident, and he's sharp at what he does. And can you imagine putting a cool ass whipping on Ryan Garcia? They might well just let him put a straw in his mouth while he's whipping his ass. You know what I mean? How they used to have the toothpicks in his mouth and just be whipping on his young ass. Yeah, I think Regis breaks this guy's soul, really breaks him, and it really be something wrong with him. He'll be walking around.
Andrew Gray.
He'll be walking around thinking like Rolly, and he ain't too far from that goddamn already.
Yo, him and Rolly got a lot in common.
Yes, they do, a whole lot.
It start mental, from the mental aspect. Like, they not in touch with reality at all when it comes to boxing and the sport that they participate in. They just out of touch with reality. The shit that come out their mouth. I understand trolling, but then I understand, like, when you being serious, the rare occasions when you are them two dudes, they're not really in touch with reality. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this because I'm just due, so I will kind of try to be straight down the middle. Ryan got talent and skill, but I think he limit his potential because he's not hungry. So we haven't seen any improvements since we really been seeing this dude. Like, if we being honest, like, real improvements, we're not seeing it. Because, you know, from a flaw standpoint, he still got the same flaws, and the things that he do well is the same things he's always done well. He's fast. You know what I mean? He got some decent power. I think his power is legit, but again, that's against what level of competition? You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
jury's still out on him. I just think he lacks hunger is his biggest problem. I think so.
Sutu, Stay Ready Boxing TV. Again, if anybody want to be part of the live, you can go ahead and hit the link. I already got a troll in here, and I couldn't put him on the camera because it was real porno-like. What?
I want to ask you a question. Going back to what you just said, they have a lot in common. Is one of those things is, I know one thing they have in common. I want to know, was you thinking about this also? They both are scared of Isaac Cruz.
Yeah.
Both of them, especially Rolly showed me he's more terrified
of
Cruz than fucking goddamn Ryan.
Rolly went to saying he's in love, making the heart the whole time on the outside of the ring. And all these people go to all Tank's fights. Y'all realize that? Y'all be having good seats. Y'all be having good floor seats too. All of y'all spend money to go see Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis don't go to none of y'all fight. He don't go to T.O., Ryan, fucking Rolly. You don't go to none of y'all motherfucking fight. Y'all always there to clout chase, though. You always there to clout chase. Go ahead, but anybody, like I said, anybody want to hit that, go ahead. The link is pinned the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Go ahead and hit that, yo, and you can be part of this live. We can go ahead and chop it up about the rest of these fighters. Anybody that's at 140, like I said, that wasn't on my list, go ahead and drop his name at the bottom, and I'll put him part of this list. But salute to you and Andrew Gray as well.
Good. Let them keep on doing it as they putting money in his pocket. So
exactly, like y'all paid for the fight, and you're over there talking about views and numbers, and I sold the pay-per-view when I fought him. Like, bro, sit the fuck down.
How do
none of y'all are even on pay-per-view.
How you put money in your hater pocket? But it happens. It happens. I'm just wondering, you know. I don't know, but it's funny.
Yo, right, Johnny. He had a tuxedo on like shit just to go to Tank fight. He had a tux, and then gave EJ $20 for talking too goddamn. I mean, $20,000 for talking too goddamn much.
Is it fair to say this? Because I'm grooving. I'm gonna get this out right now. I won't even save it for none of my lives. Yo, them two dudes got a man crush on my boy. They got a man crush on the kid. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, yeah. He loves his ass.
Yeah, they got a man crush on the kid.
Man.
Kano, what's up, Kano?
Kano was good, bro.
Salute to you,
man. Kano. You Kano. Okay. He looked like Alfred and shit. Salute to you, Javier. What is good with you, yo? Catterall on that list. No, Catterall was not on the list.
You think y'all think he got a chance for Ramirez?
I think Jack Catterall will fuck him up. Just like he beat, in my opinion, Jack. We could talk about Catterall right now. Jack Catterall beat Josh Taylor, in my opinion. What y'all think?
Yeah, he did ass. He beat his ass.
Yeah, he beat his ass. He should have won that fight.
Yeah, he should have won that
fight. Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall.
Yeah, he beat his ass.
You know what was the craziest part about it? You know how sometimes you look at the punch stats and you be like, well, you know, don't tell the full story because they could be divvied up a certain way. But when I look at a totality, what was this, a 12-rounder, correct? Out of that 12 rounds, he had one round, which I believe was the 10th, where he landed more punches than Jack Catterall. And he got knocked down in that fight. Like robbery, that's a clear-cut robbery. The only thing is Jack Catterall just don't have no punishing type power that would, you know, make it look even more convincing. Say if he was a heavier puncher, landing them shots he was landing, he'd have probably stopped Josh Taylor, or he'd have beat him up pretty bad. Where robbing him, it would have been even more crazy. But because he don't have that crazy punching power, you know. But he still did his share of damage to Josh Taylor. They just didn't give it to him.
Yeah, he beat his ass, yo.
Not on local sports. What is good? My shit was having some technical difficulties when you was talking, Just Dude, so we didn't hear nothing you said.
Oh, shit.
I heard him.
Oh, my bad, y'all.
Shit, yo, my shit was fucked up. My bad. Salute to you, Stephen Elder Mac.
I was saying with Jack Catterall, you know, the fact that he's not a heavy puncher. He don't have punishing power, so you know, a lot of those shots were good shots he was landing on Josh Taylor. But, you know, say if he was a heavier puncher, man, it would have made that a lot more convincing, or he could have possibly stopped that dude because he already dropped him. And like I say, he outlanded him 11 rounds to 1. That it just wasn't close. The robbery, I couldn't believe it. I mean, in a sense, I could believe it, but damn, man, that was obvious. It was obvious who won.
Hell yeah.
Such a star-studded panel, man. I like
that.
Oh, you a star, bro.
Yeah,
what's up, Kano?
Sure. You just added to the panel, bro.
Shit, I was like, I don't know if I can step in this, you know what I'm saying? He got big hitters up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I needed some
One
help.
more ain't gonna hurt. You know.
Hey.
Man, what's good with y'all though? You know what's good with y'all, Ashley?
I wanna show you. I want to give it to you. I wanna show you my love can be so nice.
Hey, you know I had to come over here.
Yeah, baby.
That's some tunes right there.
She think she's safe, but she ain't never safe with me around. You know what I'm saying? Safe. We talking about
Regis program first, yo. Salute to you, Combat 2 back. What's good, Queen? Sweet Tea in the house. What's happening? What's happening? Yes, we're talking about Regis Prograde versus Ryan Garcia at 140.
Regis Prograde versus the Transformer at 140. I won't mention that guy's name. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call him the Transformer.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
no.
ahead.
Oh man. I mean, I caught the beginning of your show and I didn't catch the middle, so I don't know the other names you put in there, but Ryan,
this the first one.
This the first one?
Yeah, I said a bunch of names, but this the first guy we're talking about. So you right on time.
Oh, god damn shit, man. Oh, I'll tell you, man, my antennas came right on time then. Goddamn shit. Man, boy, that timing is dangerous, boy. You gotta watch it, girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Listen, man, the Transformer, man, I'm gonna tell you this. I will give him credit. He did look a little bit better in his last fight as far as defensively responsible. But the point that I always see in his fights is the chin so high up in the air, and he kind of has head movement, but it ain't the right head movement. And he's always like with his head in a straight line in the middle. So, you know, I look at 140, I just don't see Ryan beating anybody at all. But again, Regis Progrades, I don't even think this goes 4 rounds. I mean, Regis has an all-around game, whether people believe it or not, and he's got that which is why I want to see him and Subriel Matias, because they both got that same type of power that they could beat you up all fight. Yeah. And at the end of the fight, both of their opponents are always going to the hospital. I just do not see Ryan Garcia withstanding that punishment longer than 4 rounds. I just don't see it. He gets demolished and destroyed. And shit, I guess the Transformer gonna go back on that cruise ship with the other Transformers, man. I don't know.
I think Matias that's an entertaining fight with anybody. I really do. And I think you're 100% right when it comes to Matias versus Regis Prograde. Man, if that was on pay-per-view, I'd probably pay for it. Like, I just know that shit is going to be fireworks. And the next fighter we're going to talk about is Jose Ramirez. He's 26-1 with 17 knockouts. He's 29 years old. Height is 5'10" with a 72-inch reach from California. Let me say something real quick about that. This is somebody that Ryan Garcia never fought nobody with his length and his height. Being that he's 5'10" with a 72-inch reach is going to be a problem all by itself. And Jose Ramirez is a come-forward fighter. He puts punches together. He got a little bit of a chin, and he got boxing IQ. Like, he can box. This is like a 2-round fight, in my opinion. And that's just because of his height and the fact that I don't think Ryan Garcia really has power like that to keep good competition off of him. What do y'all think? Who want to go? Connell, you can go first.
Well, this is a little bit of different matchup, man, than what I would see with Regis Prograde, because, like you said, the length, and he does throw straight punches. So, you know, Ryan Garcia is going to be right there to get jabbed. First of all, Jose Ramirez knows how to jab well, and he goes good straight right down the pipe, and that really is the key to beating Ryan anyway. If you got straight punches and you got a great jab, Ryan Garcia should never be beating you at all. At all. Like, seriously. Now, the thing about Jose Ramirez that worries me, man, I will still pick Jose Ramirez, man, but he's got a tendency, man, to have lapses.
Yes.
In his fights and stuff, man. And he can't afford to have a lapse with Ryan Garcia. I don't like Ryan. I mean, you know, I call him the Transformer and all that, but shit, man. I mean, if this man has a lapse with Ryan, that left hook can land. And even though he's got a chin and he's gotten up from being knocked down, that don't mean he's gonna always get up. So I don't know, man. This is one of those that this might be like the best. This might be one of those good chances that Ryan might have to win, but I would still pick Jose Ramirez.
If that's the case, shit, Ryan should go for Jose Ramirez straight out the gate. If he'll have a chance for him because he's so highly ranked right now. Hell, they're giving him the fight versus Zepeda instead of giving Regis Prograis the fight against Zepeda. And Regis Prograis was visibly highly upset about that. Yeah. So it's like for him, if that's the case, if you 100% right, and I see that, I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying. I just don't. The only thing that stops me from really, 100% agreeing with that is just the fact that I really haven't seen Ryan take punishment. Like we've seen him take that one punch from Luke Campbell's soup and it dropped him. And then when Luke just like I forgot who said it, but they was like, you see Luke Campbell's face, he was surprised that he dropped Ryan Garcia. And when he got up, he didn't do shit. He just looked at him. And Luke Campbell is nothing but a 1-2. Like he is nothing but a jab and a straight. Like he don't really put punches together in combinations like that. So I remember, you remember when Jose Ramirez stopped Hooker? You remember how he fought Hooker? Oh, he was putting them punches together. And
he was fighting.
He was fighting. Like I don't think Ryan Garcia has the ability to fight. You understand? Like he
handle that pressure to me.
But Ashley, I will say this: I would pick Jose Ramirez. And
I know you would.
with the Luke Campbell situation, when Luke Campbell knocked him down, he stopped fighting after that.
He did.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He didn't do nothing after that. Like he was good. Like he was told not to win, and when he dropped him, he was like, "Damn, I need to let off the gas. I didn't know that shit was gonna drop his ass." You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Just do you next. Go ahead, Connor.
I was gonna say, do you think if Luke Campbell would have kept fighting this fight, he would have won that fight?
He probably would have. I think he definitely would have went 12. Definitely would have went 12. He wouldn't have got stopped. Not the way that he did. I don't think so.
It's just he always lacked heart to me, and he don't have no killer instinct. Luke Campbell, he don't. You see it. How you knock somebody down, undefeated fighter. What you got at stake? You would be somewhat of more of the man. What if you beat this dude, upset him, be the first one? So you drop him. You hurt him more than anybody else hurt him. Then you let him off the hook. Then get stopped with a body shot, dude. Come on, man. He's soft. But if he was to go up against Ramirez, I definitely pick Ramirez to win. I say it won't be as tough a fight physically. I don't think possibly for Ryan Garcia as a Prograis. But then again, Ramirez do like to fight. Once he closed the distance and he get in there, he could work. I just don't see Ryan Garcia surviving in there. Have anybody ever seen Ryan Garcia fighting the inside? Man, that's just not something that he does at all. Not that I see it. That's where Jose is going. He gonna make him fight. I don't see him just staying on the outside one in the box. That would probably favor Ryan because he would have a speed advantage. You know what I'm saying? So I see him working. Then like you say, he can throw a jab and he has boxing IQ. He's a smarter fighter than Ryan Garcia, and he's mature. That's what's missing, I think, for Ryan Garcia game too. He's like, not only is he mentally immature, his fight game is still immature because it's like he only relying on young man assets, strength, power. It's like when you gonna factor your skill set, IQ, intelligence and stuff like that. So he's still like he's an immature fighter to me, not just mentally, but in the ring too.
Yeah.
He would I don't see him beating Ramirez. I don't even want to get this guy a blueprint. That's how much I just like this dude. So I won't give a blueprint on how he can beat Ramirez. I just see him getting smashed. This kid don't have no dog in him. He's in the wrong sport. You gotta have a little bit of dog in you, if not much. And I don't see a drop of it in him. He's in a bad place, man. He's in a bad place. He gets banged out.
Ryan does play boxing, in my opinion. You are kind of playing. You know what I'm saying? I understand he's getting better and better, and you're right about that, Connor. He looked a lot better in his last fight, and his punch placement and all of that. But he was being a stationary target. What's his name? Fortuna was being stationary target. After Fortuna got dropped and he got up and started moving around and and all shake. He didn't get hit once. Did y'all realize? After he got dropped and got up and started playing and with his hands down and kept going like this and moving around the ring, he did not get hit once, and it was like a whole 60 seconds on the clock. He didn't get hit once.
He actually more comfortable when he do that. With the hands down.
Before the fight happened, this wasn't even going to be a competitive fight. I thought I could have sworn I told that to everybody. This ain't
we do it.
Yeah, when I heard your breakdown, I said, "Damn, Kano, I didn't think about it like that." I put it right in your chat. I said, "Damn, I didn't think about it like
again,
that."
The only reason his performance wasn't even better than it was because he wasn't in shape, and that's something I kept saying. 2 boxes he got to check off. He got to be mentally ready and wanting to win. And he got to be physically in shape. He left both of them boxes unchecked. That's why I went, and he still had some success. So it was like, man, he'd have been in shape. We'd have got a much better fight. Much better fight.
That's facts. Now we have Jose Pedraza. Jose Pedraza has 29 wins, 3 losses, 14 knockouts on his resume. He's 32 years old. He's 5'8" with a 70.5-inch reach, fighting out of Cali. But man, the sniper, man, yo, it's like he's fought great competition. You have to give it to him. He fought a lot of good names. You know, he got a loss, I believe, by Tank, Lomachenko, and I think Ramirez is the last person he fought and he lost to. And that was a pretty good fight. Matter of fact, all 3 of his losses was great fights to watch. If you haven't watched them fights, they're very good fights to watch. I respect Jose Pedraza fully. I know a lot of people was like, especially what's his name? Farmer, the dude that Tevin Farmer said he didn't give Tank respect for that win because he fought a drained Pedraza. If a fighter's drained, you're not going to say in every press conference, in every interview before the fight that you plan on knocking Gervonta Davis out. And that's what he was saying. He was not a drained fighter. He was a game and ready champion at 130 pounds.
Exactly.
And Tank should get all respect for that fight. I think he had 16 fights on his record. Yes, undefeated.
Man, miss me with that drain shit.
And never been dropped before. Like it was
he was the champion too.
Facts.
Yeah, he was champ. He was a ready champion. He been the champ. Like it wasn't not like he just got the title and then lost it. He been the champ at 130. Ain't nobody could shake his tree at all. I think his game plan when he fought Gervonta Davis was bad, but he went in there with the plan to knock him out. That's why he fought him the way he did.
I think he thought Tank was going gas. Yes. And I don't know what in his head said stand there and try to take what this young man got, but that was foolish, man. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'll tell you, he didn't have a choice.
Oh
yeah.
This look, man. I hate to even say this on this panel because Ashley's on this panel and she a Tank dude. You know what I'm saying? But people don't give Tank the credit for his ring IQ. This dude made Ramirez fight that fight. Man, you don't have to look at film, man, and stop being in their feelings and look at the film for what it is. Tank forced him to fight that way. And like I said, I don't know why Tevin Farmer said he was a drain fighter. He was the reigning champion at that weight class. He was the one holding the title. Tank was the challenger, and they were saying that Tank wasn't even ready for him yet.
I remember.
They was saying that.
I remember.
Right.
This is the kind of shit we talk about, and I say this because they do this a lot with these fighters. They say one thing before, and then they change their story afterwards. They did the same shit with Mayweather when he was fighting Canelo. Oh, Canelo's gonna kill him, and then all of a sudden Mayweather schools him. Oh, he was too green. Man, this is bullshit, bro.
Mayweather schooled the shit out of Canelo. That was the best defense performance I've ever seen from anybody.
Still one of my favorite fights to watch.
Yes, they had the nerve to say he was running. Where? He was standing right in front. How are you running if you can reach the person's face and they can't reach yours? You ain't running. His feet were stationary. He was just, oh man, it was such a beautiful
that boy
work.
Ass, man.
It was beautiful.
They said who was running?
Ricky Williams in the house.
They said Floyd ran. Yeah, they said Floyd ran, Kano.
He ran. What's happening?
You don't remember? Canelo's like, he ran from me.
I want the film they were watching because Mayweather fought that fight in the pocket.
Yes, sir.
Making Canelo fight off his back foot a lot of that fight.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
bro, see,
Pushing a bigger man back. What, he's almost 20
Beautiful.
pounds bigger than Floyd? Over 20 pounds?
They may leave this old man alone because I do watch film, man. They can't get none of that shit past me. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Good to you,
Yeah,
no filter Tony,
I
aka
wanted to
Uber
talk
Gang.
about that Pedraza fight.
All right,
Rick,
hold up.
what's good, Rick?
I got
What's
you.
up, Rick?
Look, let me set the stage for you. You said Pedraza? That's what you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
talk about? Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
ma'am.
Go ahead. Rock with it. Rock.
So, again, y'all know I'm all about that context, right? I'm all about that context, right? Now, what was they saying? What was they saying about Tank when he fought Pedraza? Oh, he gassed out after 7,
Yeah.
right? We gonna gas him out because he got so much trouble making 130. He got so many problems making that weight,
Mm-hmm.
right? He come out, and he stopped Pedraza, the first one to do it. And now all of a sudden,
He weight drained.
this Pedraza was weight drained, right?
Yeah.
And this what I want to say about y'all favorite fighters, bro. You know what I'm saying? Them Shakurs, them Devin Haney's, bro. Look, man.
Relax.
Don't nobody want to give Pedraza credit. He's a great fighter, bro. Even in his losses, he looked good, right?
Yes.
The thing is with this. If you can't hurt Tank, he's gonna walk you down.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna walk you down, whether you're Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. Now the thing is, we gotta recognize, yeah, I honestly believe that Tank can take a clean shot from Shakur. I believe he can take a clean shot from Haney. Can they take a clean shot from Tank? Because if he walks you down, you in that square circle, he's going to touch you. The question shouldn't be if they can outbox Tank. The question should be if you can keep Tank off your ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
It's not just that easy, Ricky, but I'm gonna let you live because that ain't even the topic of the show right now. But I'm gonna let you get that.
Whose turn is it?
I just did that because Connor was here.
Nah.
I know you did.
I'm another one too. I thought, that's
Yeah, I heard
New
everything you
Jersey
said,
native.
Ricky. I heard
But yeah,
everything you
man.
said, Ricky. When you
Ricky,
when you went live in your car, I shared that video because it was facts, yo. It was a lot of truth that you said in that video. A whole lot of truth, and there's a lot of truth that you just said just now. Yoda, you want to go and cook on Ryan Garcia versus Pedraza?
The sniper, he can't beat this guy either. He'll run a little clinic on Ryan Garcia. It ain't much to break down about this dude. What can he possibly do? He can't outthink Pedraza. We already know he has a 2.2 ring IQ or some shit like that. What are you gonna rely on his speed and his power? Well, someone with boxing ability and some ring IQ and a little bit of this, a little bit of that can handle that. So this would be a good fight. He might be able to get some shit off on Pedraza, but Pedraza is a tough guy too. So it ain't like Ryan Garcia's so-called power, this credit that they're giving him is going to really do something. He'll get outboxed. He probably win a couple rounds, but 12-round fight, I say 8-4 Pedraza. Sniper would be a little too sharp for him. A little too seasoned. Better boxing ability and better ring IQ than this dude. So, and he gonna have a problem with that guy with having 7.5 reach. Ryan Garcia is one of those guys who's a height bully. He likes to fight guys shorter than him. So even the guy that's a little shorter but has an even reach or even longer reach, he's gonna have problems with. And he don't like getting touched up. So and he can get touched up because Pedraza has good punch placement. So all you gotta do is put a little bit of sting behind it. There's no dog in this young cat. Hush puppies that you wear on your feet. This is what it is with Ryan Garcia. He gets outboxed, fuck around and be sloppy enough, and he can get a TKO defeat against his ass. I like the sniper in this one, man. I'll give him a chance.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, He's a technician when it comes to boxing. And honestly, this fight right here, I think Pedraza can make him look bad. You know how when especially, well, I'll use Tank versus Rolly. You remember Rolly was like, it was just a lucky shot. I won every round. And that you're not gonna be able to say that. Ryan gonna be able to say that if he fight Pedraza. Because Pedraza's gonna make him look silly as shit. Go ahead, just do Cook.
What's that? Ryan and Pedraza.
Yep.
Another tough fight for Ryan. Honestly, this is a fight where I think you will see Ryan, like that immaturity that I spoke about with Ryan inside the ring. You will see that exploited. This would be a fight where you will see some of them deficiencies that he has in the ring be exploited. And one of the reasons I think we wasn't able to see that in his last fight, being Ryan Garcia, is because he wasn't pushed past the 6th round. I truly believe he's a 4 to 6 round fighter, like a front runner, like Floyd used to call the people. I believe Ryan Garcia, especially if you're competitive within them first 6 rounds, meaning you're actually like whatever he doing, you actually doing something back. You actually competing in there for them 6 rounds. And if he's forced to fight at any accelerated pace after that 6th round, you pay close attention and you tell me if you don't see Ryan Garcia slow down considerably. And because of that, like I said, his punch placements start to lack. The same things that's helping him in the fight, those things start to diminish some. Natural fatigue starts setting in. Like I said, he already probably come in there with a, 3/4 tank of a gas. He don't come in there with a full gas tank, in my opinion. And if you push him at all, you get him past midway in the fight, you're going to see exactly where he lacked. And you're going to start to see some of them, some of where he lacked just get exploited. And I see Pedraza being able to do that. He got the veterans. He a veteran in the ring. He got the skill set to be able to do it, the IQ and the boxing ability. And I think he'll outthink and outslick Ryan Garcia. And I think that's a fight where them slow feet that Crush was mentioning, the Herman Monster slow feet he got, those will be exploited as well. And I think Pedraza will get him on points.
You don't think he can stop Ryan?
I think he can. But I say if the stoppage was to come, it'd definitely be late for me though. Late stoppage. Like once
that's what I meant too.
Poke a few holes in that gas tank and watch how regular he looks once he start to get tired and you challenging him. That's what I'm saying. If he ain't able to keep you at bay because he fast and he got some pop, he in trouble. I've seen it, and those. He got more knockouts than he got decisions, and I get that, but pay close attention to those decisions and tell me if when he get pushed past a certain round, he just start to look ordinary and something lack. And it's not just the fact that he's not getting the knockouts, it's his offense and his performance as a whole is just inconsistent. Like, you get what I'm saying, when he's forced to go the distance, and that's a full sample size to be able to see what somebody got, and you walk away feeling, you know what I mean? Like, it's lackluster. He's not impressive when he's taking the distance. Never. Look at the Manuel to go fight. He wasn't impressive. He had 12 rounds, got the knockdown and everything. He just, after a certain round, he just doesn't look impressive no more.
See to you, King Vonnie 86. Y'all remember when he fought Tank? I think it was the 4th round, maybe, or the 5th round. He backed Tank up to the ropes and then fired off like 100 combinations. Do y'all remember?
Pedraza?
Yeah.
Pedraza, right? Yeah. Yes. I was nervous for a quick second. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, I thought he was tired good. I was like, okay, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. And Tank showed that he can be poised at a young age in a big fight under the big lights. Mm-hmm. He showed that how poised he can be. Connell, did you cook on this yet?
Nah, but I'm gonna say something else about that fight, man. A lot of people don't realize this, man. But I gotta be behind the scenes, man. That fight, man. They threw Tank in there, man, expecting him to lose, man. I just it is okay.
And Tank thought that too. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I mean, shit. And by the way, Tank is the only one to have stopped Pedraza. So
yes.
I mean, ever since then, man. I don't think he has a chance at all against Pedraza. I'm talking about the Transformer. No chance at all. Look, every time that Pedraza has came out to fight, ever since then, he has improved.
Yes.
it sounds crazy because he's getting older, but he keeps improving instead of decreasing. His skill sets are getting better. He's being more patient. He's picking his shots better, man. His defense is a lot better. I don't see Ryan Garcia cracking that code at all. And he does, Pedraza, I believe he does stop him. I think like the 8th or 9th.
9. I knew it.
Yeah,
but
stop him late. Yeah,
I knew it. 8
look,
or 9.
Pedraza is a real patient guy, man, and sometimes he's a little bit too patient. Although I felt he edged out the damn Ramirez fight.
Yep.
Yeah, I do too.
Blame himself for reducing his activity down the stretch.
Yes.
That right there, you know, this is why I never called it a robbery. I said, damn, you left the decision, you gave the decision away by reducing your activity. Had you kept a little bit more activity up, they wouldn't have been able to, give that nod to Ramirez. So if we don't think he's got a chance against Ramirez, I don't think he's got a chance against Pedraza either. That's just my take on it. Ashley, man, it's always great to be on your panel. My time is very limited, but I had to come in here and bless the mic for a few minutes.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Ghana. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you.
15 minutes.
The next person that we're going to talk about is Jose Zepeda. Zepeda's a southpaw. Also, his record is 35-2. He has 27 knockouts. He is 32 years old. He's 5'8" with a 70.5-inch reach, just like Pedraza with the reach. And he's from California. Anybody else want to hit that link? You are more than welcome to hit that link and cook up with us. Cook up. But let me go on this. Zepeda, man, yo. I can't remember the guy that he fought. That it was like, I think it was the end of contention, or maybe it was the fight of the year. And like both of them dropped each other like 5 times during that fight. Like they were dropping each other left and right.
You talking about? I think it was it Baranchik?
Baranchik, yeah, something that's
dropping, knocking each other down back and forth like that.
Fire! That shit was fire, yo.
Hell of a fight.
That man got dogged, and don't let the look fool you. That man got dogged with him, and I really think him being a southpaw, yo. I really think, when people say they do good against southpaws, I immediately think that's a lie. Immediately. That's what Ugas said. Ugas and his trainer was like, we do great against southpaws, and look what happened.
Ash, notice how everybody say that? Notice how that's everybody saying, I do great against southpaw, and then they get right in there and get their ass beat. Very rarely, I ain't saying every case, very rarely when somebody say they do well against southpaws, then they get in there and do it. 9 times out of 10, in my experiences, they get in there and get their ass beat. Every time they say it.
Man.
Yeah.
Wait. It's crazy how you people keep saying that they didn't want Tank to win. The people that didn't want Tank to win are the media, like the old media. Like we're not talking about fans. We're not like, I don't listen to fans. I've been said that. I don't listen to fans. I listen to fighters. Old media didn't want him to win. And Gervonta Davis was saying how he felt like he wasn't ready. He said that shit about this fight. He was looking at it like they were putting him in there because Tank looked at it like he was sleeping on somebody's floor. He wasn't being taken care of. He didn't have a lot of training before this fight. And they threw him in there for a title fight. And that's what Tank said out of his mouth. So
then
that's
communication
why I'm saying
was shaky.
what I'm saying and agreeing.
Communication in terms of letting them know at the right time who you gonna fight. Like some of that stuff, the way they was doing it, he said was crazy. Like, it shouldn't be a surprise to you who you fight, and it should be to us as the fans, not the fighter. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But
they was doing shit like that.
If you build in Tank the way that he built, the way who Tank Gervonta Davis is today, back then he was not that yet. They were still building him. And Gervonta, you suppose this is his first title fight, and he's 16, 17 fights in, and he's fighting somebody bigger than him, taller than him, more experienced than him, and all of that shit. You would think that Tank would have been in the gym heavy as a motherfucker. He basically was saying that there really wasn't no training camp. That's how he was basically talking, like he didn't really have a training camp for this motherfucking fight. And they threw him in there anyway. That's why I said what I said and agreed to what Connor was saying, because I know what Tank said, and I know how he felt about it because he said it he said it on camera. You know what I'm saying? And if you go back and listen to the commentators of that fight, especially Paulie was on there like, I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know why he's fighting like this. I don't know why he's fighting. They kept talking like Tank was supposed to lose that fight. They kept talking like that. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to the commentators talk about all of Tank's fights, they be waiting to throw shade. You know what I'm saying? Even when the commentators when they was commentating him versus Leo Santa Cruz, they was talking shit to a second during the knockout.
Second, right before the knockout. Facts.
He was talking big shit, and he had
to eat crow.
He had to shut up, and the next dude yelled, "Oh, the beautiful uppercut, knocked him smooth."
He was about to say if Tank thinks Santa Cruz gonna fold from his power. That's what he couldn't even finish his statement. Right, shut your hating ass up. Exactly, hating ass.
I think Zepeda, being that he's such a dog versus Ryan Garcia, he's not gonna care what Ryan Garcia is throwing after the first round is over. After the first round, and he see what Ryan Garcia is throwing and how he's moving and all that shit, he gonna go straight into Ryan Garcia and have him eat some of his best punches. The way he did Jose, the guy that he knocked out recently. What's his last name? Is it Lopez?
Who that?
The dude Hosea or whatever, the one that got knocked out.
Jose
Vargas, yes. That's how I see him versus Ryan Garcia going. That fight ain't going 12 rounds. I see Zepeda knocking him smooth, knocking Ryan smooth the fuck out.
Telling you, experience.
Maybe 6 or 7 rounds is over. Go ahead, Just Do.
No, I was just saying, that experience, man. Zepeda hurt that dude. I definitely think so. I agree 100%. And that again. That'll be another fight where you will see a veteran take over the young buck, that young hungry lion. That because his problem is gonna be it's gonna be more than just that chin being in the air. It's his lack of understanding that you're gonna need more than speed and power. That is gonna be there. You're still young. That's gonna be there. That shouldn't be much of a focal point. You get what I'm saying? It should be hone in on your skills. Focus on the things that you don't do well, and then you will really have yourself a solid fighter. But until he apply himself the right way in the gym and work on them things that he don't do well, to hell with him. And speed and power is only going to get him so far, especially when your chin always in the air.
You right. Hold up. You right. Black Belt Ben. That's not who I was talking about. You talking about Mayweather Promotions? I'm not. Ryan, I mean, as far as what Tank said, Tank was talking about Mayweather Promotions, and we don't know the inner workings of that. He was talking like he didn't have a full training camp. That's how he was talking. Like nowadays, when he has training camp, they all stay in the same house. They wake up in the morning and train and all that shit. That shit wasn't going on when he fought Pedraza. That's why he said what he said. Now, as far as whatever else that was going on in the Mayweather camp, I mean, that's here or no there. There's like 1, 2, 3 fighters that I can think of, one being a female, Richard Hitchison, and somebody else, I can't remember the young guy name. They all leaving Mayweather Promotions because they ain't getting no fights at all. So you can say, right? So exactly. So you can say that he was getting that Floyd was getting shit for putting fighters in tough fights, but what about those fighters that wasn't getting any fights? Like he doesn't. I understand what you're saying, but just like I said, I'm listening to the fighter, and the fighters that's under Mayweather Promotion is trying to get from under Mayweather Promotion
because he ain't focusing on it. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Richardson Hitchens came out clearly. He said it's like, yo, my promoters don't believe in me or something. He wasn't bashing, and if you irresponsible or the wrong type of person and you reporting on that, you'll turn it into that. Nah, he telling you his honest opinion on how he feel his situation is going. That, and if anybody seen Richardson Hitchens fight, yo, he a hell of a fighter, yo. That dude can fight. He ain't a known puncher, but he can box his ass off, man.
One time during their training, I remember this shit. Tank was in the ring doing some mitts with somebody. I can't remember who it was. Richardson Hitchens was outside the ring on the heavy bag. I remember Floyd walking right up to Richardson Hitchens saying, "No, you don't need to do all that. You are a boxer." You understand me? I was like, "What was that?"
Yeah, weird.
And that was a few years ago. So
weird.
And I haven't seen him in no damn big fights. I haven't, and he's been fighting long enough. But we gonna get to Richardson Hitchson. Go ahead and cook you Yoda. You there, Yoda?
Crush.
Yo,
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I'm here,
got
bro.
something to say about Yoda.
Mhm.
Yoda. You got something to say about Zepeda versus yeah, this Bama's next. But
Zepeda,
yeah, Zepeda.
he stops Ryan Garcia. This is
Yeah.
this would not be a boxing match at all. This is a dog fight, and like I said before, Ryan don't have any dog in him. If it's any fight at 140 that would truly test, if it's any dog in him, this is the one right here. It's a dog fight with Zepeda. He'll get bit and locked down real bad, get chewed up. All right, so yeah, we can move on. Here we go.
Teofimo Lopez is 16-1. His one loss is from Cambosas. He has 12 knockouts. He's 24 years old. He's 5'8", and he has a 68.5-inch reach, fighting out of Arkansas. Now, Teofimo is the one that he calls the only guy that Ryan Garcia called out, and Teofimo should feel some type of way about it, in my opinion. Being that Ryan Garcia never fought anybody at 140, he should be like, oh, okay, so I'm the easy pickings. You want me? And maybe he's looking at it like, because Teo never had a fight at 140 either. But being that Teo is very high on himself and think about himself the way he does, I'm kind of surprised that he didn't say anything. But on the other hand, I'm like, Ryan is the boy that cried wolf, and maybe he's not saying anything because Ryan talks a lot of shit and don't back damn near any of it up. But if they was to fight, I can see Teo probably isn't going to want to look bad in this fight at all, coming from Ryan Garcia, meaning he's not going to want to get touched, at all by Ryan Garcia in any type of way that make him look like Ryan Garcia is better than him in any round of the fight. I really think he'll be very defensive responsible. And like Ryan Garcia, I see him trying to do his best in the first round versus anybody at 140 just to prove a point. But I think when Teo lands clean on Ryan Garcia, it'll make Ryan Garcia fight different. But it really depends on the Teo that comes in the fight. Like, honestly, I think Teo's power could be too much for Ryan Garcia. And Teo don't have a hell of a chin himself. So this could probably be his longest fight, if not a 12-round fight. But I do see Teo dropping the shit out of Ryan Garcia because Teo, one thing that Teo does is he takes chances. I can admit that. Teo would take a chance, just like he took a chance versus Comney and try to go in there and throw his hardest punches. He'll do the same against Ryan Garcia. And if Ryan Garcia weathers the storm, the fight will go, further on in the distance. If not, Teo can probably get him out of there in 3 rounds. What you think about it, Yoda?
This may sound a little different coming from me. This is probably the only fight that I would say is probably his best chance of beating someone. He does have a little power. We've seen Teo get dropped. I think this fight is who catch you first. Yeah, but I think if I have to really pick someone, then I would have to pick Teo. He is a better boxer overall. He's a better fighter. I think he has a little more dog in him than Ryan. He definitely has that. Yeah, most likely he won't have a chance with this guy too. His highest percentage of winning probably throughout anybody on his list is about 35% right now. I think Teo would jump on his ass quick. Like you said, Ash, he don't want, this is someone, that you don't want to look bad against. You don't want this guy to have any type of advantage or anything. If I think this should be the first match between the both of these guys at 140. It's a nice get back for Teo. we'll really see what Ryan shit really is. And I think T.O. will really, let's go at it. Let's get there. So I got T.O. fucking you up, because I don't see any dog in this kid. Yeah, but I would like to see this fight. Even though T.O. was set up to fight this guy that he's probably going to stop. And yeah, but if it was a fight that I would like to see, both of them fight each other first at 140. And this just shows who they should fight next and if they really good enough to be in a weight class besides actually making a weight. So if you can make the weight, but are you good enough to be in the weight class? That's the question. So yeah, but I favor T.O. I don't have any too much ill to say about him. He just got to bounce back, so we'll really see what he's made of. So this would be a good adversity fight, for him because he's bouncing back. And since this kid is so famous, why not get him on your resume? Shit, they bigging him up, and after he get his ass whipped, I want to hear that. Oh, he's not that good. No, y'all branded this dude as famous.
Right.
So if you beat somebody famous, you become even more famous if you wasn't famous. There it is.
Right. What just do?
Where we at? T.O. and Ryan?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, making sure. My bad. I was putting the thumbnail together. T.O. and Ryan, I agree with you. What you said, Ash, as far as T.O. being more defensively responsible in this fight. And after having that shaky performance and in his loss against Kambosos, now, I think it's reasonable, for people to speculate and say, what version of T.O. we gonna get. But I think that loss was something he could learn from. Like, I thought it was more mental than physical. And I think even with how bad he looked like a totally different version of himself against Kambosos. Like I said, I think that was more mental than anything. And he still fought to a split decision and knocked Kambosos down as well. I think that's something he could learn from. He young enough. I think against Ryan Garcia, like you said, he'd be more on point. He'd be a lot more sharp, and he'd have to be, especially early, because that's where Ryan is his best. I mean, the best version of Ryan, you're going to get the best version of Ryan Garcia from the first 4 to 6. I'm going to keep saying that till you show me something different. And I feel like Teofimo has the patience and enough skill to, navigate and get through those rounds. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, key to beating Ryan Garcia to me is poking some holes in that gas tank and then drowning them, after you get him past 6. And I think T will be able to do that and possibly stop him. If not early, if you can catch him early, you definitely could catch him late and stop him.
I agree with all that shit, man. Like when it comes to T.O., you don't really know which T.O.'s gonna come to fight. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we never seen neither one of them at 140 officially and fighting somebody at 140, we can only guess. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Right. But next, is my man. The first time I seen Matias fight, I was like, word? So you don't give a fuck what they throwing, huh? Word? Like I was highly entertained. I was thoroughly entertained when I seen Cerebral Matias fight. I was like, yo, really? And he's the same guy that, rest in peace, that killed that dude in the ring. Like, he's the same dude. That is the guy.
Oh goodness.
That's him. You remember? I can't remember the guy's name, but they carried him up. They made him walk. That's what they said that was part of the problem. But he died the next day in the hospital because of the fight. Like, it was him. He did that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not funny or nothing, but bruh, he's a monster. Like Matias, after Gary Antoine fought, not his last fight, the fight he fought right before he fought post-style, I made a video that Sunday, the next day, when everybody was talking about post-fight and stuff. I made a video about the hottest fight at 140 being Gary Antoine Russell versus Cerebral Matias. Me. I did that shit first, immediately. I was like, yo, that's the motherfucking fight. That is the most entertaining fight right now at 140. That dude a motherfucking problem, yo.
Yeah.
Zaribe Martinez is 18-1 with 18 knockouts. I don't even know who he lost to. I don't even know who it is. I think it was a decision loss though. He's 29-0. I mean, he's 29 years old. He's 5'8" with a 71.5-inch reach from Puerto Rico, and the man fight on the inside. Man, yo, like it's murder. Murder, yo. Like he will kill Ryan Garcia in that ring. I don't ever think Ryan Garcia and his team, his handlers, would ever put him in there with a thoroughbred like that. Like he is too damn much.
Yes,
Ryan Garcia would get killed in 2 rounds, in my opinion.
God, look,
and he
man,
won't want
look
it.
at his face. Look how he look.
It's over in the first round, Ash.
It probably will be over in the first rounds, yo, because he's not. He would probably keep it. That's what I'm saying. Ryan Garcia would probably throw everything that he got in his toolbox at the fighters at 140. The first round, they're getting all of that. And he's gonna try to keep you on a jab and back up and all that shit. But man, yo, like I really feel him taking a knee before even getting hurt. I feel like Ryan will feel his power and see what he's doing and just don't want the fight. I think he'll just try to get out of that. Like he don't want that shit. Not at all, yo.
The only way Ryan Garcia gets in the ring with this motherfucker is if it's a certified signed, sealed, and delivered retirement check, which we know that's not gonna happen. Cause listen, this man right here would disrespectfully Julian Jackson Ryan Garcia ass in the first round. This shit ain't going past 45 seconds. The moment he hit this motherfucker with a 1 or maybe a 2, because he don't need no more than 2 punches to get this, to melt this motherfucking goddamn cotton candy kid we got here. It's over for this man. This would be the second body he got. All right, and I'm not being funny. He fuck around and turn all his shit off. The water, the electric, the gas, everything. This man damn near kills Ryan Garcia. Seriously.
Oh shit, man. Bruh.
He kills him.
Oh my!
I must break him.
I must break him.
I must break. Listen.
Oh my god!
He Drago his ass, yo. Listen. Anybody that will pop up and try to come up with any type of anything to say that Ryan Garcia can do anything to beat this man, I'm going to ask you what it is that you shooting in your veins. I'm going to send help to rescue you. Because there's nothing you can smoke to put your mind in that mindset. So it has to be something that you shoot in your vein that dumb you down to the lowest of low grounds. That man dies in the ring. He dies in the ring against this man. This fight ain't happening, but it was good to put up there, Ash. He kills him. What did they say? Put him in the dirt.
Put him in the dirt. I don't think a lot of the fights is gonna happen versus Ryan. But if you fighting at 140, these are the top fighters at 140, man. I gotta put them on here. Like I have to, yo. And Matias, man, like when I seen him, you talk about the eye test, Ricky. This the next dude you need to do right here, man. The eye test was, oh my god. Listen. When I seen him, I don't even remember who it was that I seen him fight, but it was on 10 for me. I was like, damn, he don't care. He don't care what you throwing. He walking to your ass and he hitting you with all that sweet shit, that sweet ass chin music, the body punches, the uppercuts, the hooks. I was like, dang, man.
Hey, shout out to Kano because he the one that gravitated me to this motherfucker. I said, who?
He's nasty, bro.
I said, what the fuck? Okay. I ain't got nothing to say about this. They talk about all these who's going to be the next leading Puerto Rican fighter. I'm going to say pause. This motherfucker here. All right? Hey, this
man.
This man is nasty, yo. He's nasty. He's so nasty. Yeah. Wow. And he has everything in his arsenal. Everything. He just don't come. Listen, man. Sheesh.
Sue J. Gibson.
Good grief, Charlie Brown. I don't want no parts of that motherfucker. Yeah, Ryan. Right.
Yeah, I think he would make him turn into a model full time too, yo.
Shit,
For
Ryan
real.
ain't
Like,
the only. Hey, Ash, truth be told, Ryan ain't the only one that got to worry about this list of fighters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we ain't gonna turn it into that when we can do that another time.
Oh, we're gonna do it another time.
Yeah, we'll hurt y'all feelings another time on that one.
It's crazy how you did this because it's like my thoughts on something I was gonna do later. It's not exactly the same, but see, I like this shit because it create conversation and good dialogue, man. And it's realistic possibilities if this man is gonna be at 40. So setups like this, I like this type of shit. This is right up my alley, man. I swear.
Else need to worry
Right up
about
my alley. I like this.
Shit.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy because at 35 and 40, and then we talking about the top, he ain't safe. So I don't know who authorized that move at 40, but somebody needed. He ain't get the memo. He ain't safe. He is not safe, bro.
Man, he cornered then. He cornered then. Goddamn.
He making it easier. Like you gonna have two choices: put up or shut up, because you do too much talking. So you gonna have to put up or shut all the way up.
He just went into a quantum leap of danger.
Yeah. Everybody in the ocean is a prime suspect of eating his ass alive, in my opinion, at 140. See, at 135, there's a small amount of killers. There's a large amount at 140. So it's gonna be hard to duck everybody. It's really gonna be hard. Go ahead, Just Do, so we can keep it going.
Oh, about the Matias, if he's a fight
and
Matias.
Ryan, yes.
Oh man.
How many rounds is it going?
Y'all want to see a dead body? Nah, but seriously though, all jokes aside, like this dude, he mean in there. No bullshit. He like to fight, yo, and that's just something that I don't think Ryan like to do. Respectfully, like that style. Again, this is another matchup nightmare. This dude is gonna make him fight, and he can take a shot. And I realistically, and this is nothing against Ryan, I wholeheartedly believe the only shot in hell that he has of beating this dude is early within that targeted range, that 4 to 6, yo, because he a front runner to me. He will get tired. This dude will make him work. And he has the work rate. He got he got a nightmare style for Ryan Garcia, because he gonna understand early that dude don't want to fight and don't like to fight. He like to stand back there, be able to pick his shots, be pretty, and you know, if you let him do that, then he gonna coast. He gonna either knock you out or coast to a lackluster victory. But in this case, against this guy, Matias is gonna bring the fight to him. He gonna get in where he could work. He gonna make Ryan work at a rate that he's not used to, and you might see him. He might be tired before the 6th round, and that he got the kind of style that will actually push the pace. And you might see Garcia weaknesses get exploited even sooner. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing he's not used to, is fighting at an accelerated pace. And this was what Matias, I believe, will force him to do. And because of it, he'll make more mistakes. He'll make mistakes sooner. And his gas tank could be depleted sooner. And I see Ryan Garcia getting stopped in this fight for sure. Definitely stoppage. How many rounds? Shit, man. Them slow feet, man, gonna come back to haunt him. So I don't see how he's gonna be able to keep him out of it. You get what I'm saying? If he's not able to hit Matias and get his respect, he gonna be in trouble. Right, and somebody go to that body, which I think this dude will do also, because he do mix his shots up, but he just worked. And I seen him a couple times already in it. And he looked like that's how his style. He come to fucking fight, man. And Ryan Garcia, that's just the wrong style for him, because he's not gonna allow you to be pretty and be able to pick your shots and fight at your pace and kind of reserve your gas tank. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna push it, make you push the pace, and it's gonna be all wrong for this dude. Stop it.
Salute to Dante Hall. Appreciate you for stopping by. Brian Norman Jr. is a good fighter, but he fights at welterweight. He's not a junior welterweight. And Andy Cruz, I don't think he's started pro yet. I think and he's the guy that he beat Keyshawn Davis, and for the in the Olympics he beat him, and Keyshawn got second and he got first, but he hasn't fought yet in pro, so I don't really have much to say about him. I think Ryan was trying to duck Tank and Devin, but not realizing the killers at 140 who got the
Yeah,
body bags
right.
already.
Who
Yes,
authorized
that's
that?
a
Like, who
fact.
told them it was safe there? Like, who said, yo, hey, Ron, it's safe up here? Boy, it ain't safe
Mental
up
breakdown. Yo, I said the same shit. Like, if this motherfucker talking about he had a mental breakdown for Javier Fortuna and all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
and
bro,
again,
get the
just so
fuck out
people
of
know,
here.
we don't be making fun of that, but we do think it's very convenient, which he decided to use that. I will say that. I seen no real other signs of it besides him just saying that shit. And he been doing a lot of stuff, and he been lying to it. He said it pretty much out his mouth. The fans been lied to enough. By who? Who was lying? Because we wasn't doing it. So who was lying to the fans? He basically told you he was lying. Now he right back doing it. He don't fight Tank. I'm a frickazee him, man. Oh man, I'm a frickazee. You ain't getting off the hook. I don't give a damn what you say. If he don't fight Tank in his next fight, in his absolute next fight, I'm on him. I'm on him. I'm on him. I'm on him, man. Enough is enough with that clout chasing, bro. Either fight that man or come out and admit that you really a fan and you partially obsessed with him. You know, something. Then I understand it a little bit more. I ain't gonna understand why you're obsessed with another man, but I can understand you being a fan of him. I get that. But like, yeah, you like the way he sleeps shit too. Okay, all right, cool. I get it. That's why you keep talking about him. You actually like this dude. All right, cool.
Yo,
makes sense.
I think he got a man crush on a little boy crush. I'm gonna say
he do.
He got a little boy crush on Tank, man.
Or
It's the way he says his first name and Javante.
Yeah.
And
Or he
all of that shit.
That Tank got or something. You get what I'm saying?
We talk about him all the time. That man is
Exactly.
on your fucking brain every time.
Like,
even if you put a camera in your own face,
somebody
you gotta
was
talk about
arguing.
Tank.
Do you know somebody was arguing with me about that? Remember that video I played where he had the little funny jacket on? He was like, Tank, you gonna knock him out. You'll see. You'll see. Somebody was arguing with me about that back and forth. I'm like, yo, I hope you go through all these comments that Fight Hub got and disagree with everybody. Why do you argue with me about this? He always got Tank name in his mouth. What are you talking about? It's the reporters. No, it's him. It's him. You see what Charlo said when he got tired of them asking him about Terrence Crawford? Don't ask me about no Terrence Crawford. I'm fighting Brian Castano. Don't ask me that shit again. He snapped. He got the right. Don't ask me about Tank until I'm fighting him. Stop. Other than that, it's going to be my cloud chasing, bro.
I feel you. Because people bring up Tank's name to a lot of fighters that don't say nothing about the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tank don't talk about Devin until Devin gets brung up to Tank. Devin don't really talk about Tank until Tank get brung up to Devin. Like, that shit happens all the time. Like, they not even talking about each other for real.
Ryan is obsessed.
Ryan obsessed as a motherfucker. All
they make whole lives and talk about Tank and Haney. They make whole lives do weird shit like that. Weirdos, y'all. Like, y'all dudes is weird, man. Broly do all that talking except for I'll fight Haney. As soon as they ask him, would you fight him? I wouldn't even waste my time. He can't sell.
Yeah, he was like, would you rather go for Devin or would you go for Tank? I would go for Tank. Well, then shut up and stop putting makeup in a wig on Devin Haney's face and shit. Like, stop acting like a gay ass dude.
Yeah, like what's your man, or just admit to your man crush, bro. Then people will give you a break. All right, you got crush.
Y'all, I don't know if y'all seen it, but we put it out there on air live before one Saturday that me and Quee was going live on a liquor spot, I believe, and I think that's how long ago it was. But T.O. and Rolly was FaceTiming each other on IG. Okay, they was live on IG, and T.O. said that Devin had DSLs, and Rolly was like, yeah, dick sucking lips, yo. I said, yo, y'all are gay as a motherfucker, yo.
That nothing boxing related. Y'all just
that's gay as shit. What y'all talking about Devin for anyway? Y'all FaceTiming each other, talk about whatever the fuck y'all want. You talking FaceTiming each other on live, and you gonna talk about another man's lips, like, bro.
That shit is jealousy. It's straight jealousy, bro. It's straight jealousy, bro. There's no way y'all be mad because you could hear even Cambosis. That's why you played that snitch angle too. You was hoping that it was gonna carry, like, grow legs and turn the people against him, and then you because how you talk. You've been given everything, man. Look, his circumstance might not been like of the average or typical boxer in terms of where he came from. His people might have been situated a little bit better. But there's no denying that kid worked hard as hell. What are you talking about? He been given everything. Shut your ass up. That's one of the hardest like training fighters that we know in boxing. That dude stay in the gym, man.
You sound
That's
like
one
a
thing
hater.
you gotta respect. If you don't like that, you gotta respect the work ethic. You got to.
Yeah, I respect the work. I respect his
Work
work.
and that's what I'm saying. Stop critiquing the fighters that behave like fighters. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like his style, cool, but don't say he don't put the work in. Don't say like that's why I said, man, y'all people make a big deal out of Tank missing weight once. That dude missed weight once, got the shit together. You don't hear nobody speaking on him making a correction, but they point out the flaw and state it. You would think the dude that missed weight 3-4 times the way people talk. That shit is in the past, man. The fact that he got that weight under control and he know y'all know the quote, a focused tank is a dangerous tank. A lot of these fighters is getting their shit together in that gym and is reflecting in that ring, whether y'all want to admit it or not. And I'm telling you, it's only gonna make some of these dudes a lot more dangerous moving forward. Better learn to respect these dudes' work ethic. Know who you fighting or know who you talking about wanting to fight. Get your ass in there. You're gonna be taking a nap against your will, and your people gonna be crying, and you're gonna be in the back like Rolly explaining that it's just boxing and you all right.
Yeah, Rolly, man. Oh man, people can chop. Yeah, people can chop up everything Rolly said in that post fight after he got knocked out by Tank. Man, that shit was straight up comical. It was hilarity, man. The stuff that he said, man, and that how he was looking at the footage of him getting knocked out, he looked so sad in his face. And all of that shit. I'm like, bro, yeah, he need to see that shit. He needs to see it. And I'm kind of glad. And I don't like when people rub it in and rub in the wins and stuff like that. Like, I didn't like a lot of stuff that Tank used to do in the past, but
yeah, he got
him running up and going like this in Rolly face. I was like, good, do that shit. He deserved that shit. Y'all remember this whole picture. Remember how it looked out this motherfucker. And shut your fucking mouth. No bullshit. And
nah,
Rolly
for real,
needed it, and he deserved it. No bullshit. He deserved that shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Arnold Barbosa Jr. next. He's 26-0, undefeated with 10 knockouts. He's 30 years old, 5'9", with a 72-inch reach, long reach for being 5'9". And he's from LA, California, man. This is the guy that T.O. was supposed to fight, said to fight when he moved up to 140. And it might happen after he fight this no-name guy, Campo or whatever his name is, T.O. about to fight. But what do y'all think about him versus Ryan Garcia? Now, I really think it would be a very good fight. I really think Arnold Barbosa got enough dog and enough power to stop. Even though he has 26 fights and only 10 knockouts, I believe he got enough pop to hurt Ryan Garcia bad. This could be a very long fight, though. I don't see it being, him getting Ryan out of there in 6 rounds. I don't see none of that. But I do see a 9th round, maybe 10th round stoppage, yo. And that's another thing, yo. If any of these fights happen, us saying what we think about it right now is huge because Ron haven't fought at 140 yet at all. What y'all think about it?
Him and Barbosa again, man. And this is no bashing. This ain't no bashing show and nothing like that on Ryan Garcia. I just truly believe that 135 at the top, he already had tough fights there, and then you going up a weight class and you ain't compete there yet. You got some top guys that just mature fighters, and he lacked maturity inside that ring. I can't stress that enough, and that's a big reason why I think he would be at a disadvantage, or I would pick him. I would favor these other guys against him in these fights. It's no knock on him or anything like that. I just don't see the maturity that I need to see inside the ring from Ryan Garcia, and I don't see enough improvements to feel confident that he beats these guys. And again, not to even sound redundant, but the only way I see him beating a lot of these guys is if he catch him early in that first half of the fight type deal, catch him with a punch they don't see or something like that, because he got some pop and he can catch you and hurt you. But my question is, would that shot even present itself? And because he almost looks for it when he fights, like he don't change the speed up often on his punches enough that he throws, his combinations could be predictable. You get what I'm saying? And think that these fighters had an IQ and a discipline, the skill set to be able to catch on to this guy. I don't see his skill set as a complete fighter is not better than any of these guys. And even if certain matchups that we discussed with him, if he got certain things over these guys, it might be a style that would make that fight a big disadvantage. Where it's just like, in none of these fights are they like easy for him. They all tough fights, and I do favor all these guys over him. Unfortunately for him, just at 140, I just don't think he gonna do well, especially when we talking about the top level, you know what I mean, the upper echelon, should I say, at 140. I mean, even some of them mid-level guys probably gonna give him some trouble because the things that he lacked, he hasn't spent enough attention focusing on those things and improving in those areas where I could say, all right, he's improved enough where I could start feeling confident picking him against these guys, because he just lacks that discipline and hunger and maturity to me inside the ring and in the gym.
Salute to you, Sean. Sean, the icon. Salute to you. Go ahead, Yoda. Crush.
Mm-hmm.
He probably busy, yo. And we running through the time, and we gonna move on. If he come up back on here, we can talk about it. We can talk about Barbosa, but the next fighter is gonna be Montana Love, yo. Montana Love, another southpaw. That's a bunch of southpaws, ain't it? It's a bunch of southpaws at 140, man.
And
I don't know if anybody realized it. Yeah, he's 17-0 with one draw. He has 9 KOs. He's 27 years old. These people ain't going nowhere either. A lot of them are pretty young, undefeated, and everything. He's 5'8" with a 68.5-inch reach from Cleveland, Ohio. From Ohio boys. Man, and a lot of people say that he's with the zone. So if that's the case, I could see Love being the one after T.O. If he don't get T.O., I can see Love being his first fight at 140. I can see that. Now, Love, man, it's different when I look at him, man, because then his last fight, he got dropped off some silly shit. He got dropped off some silly shit his last fight, and he didn't make the mistake again, and I believe he stopped that dude, right? It didn't go the distance. But him versus Ryan Garcia could actually be a fight that Ryan Garcia can get 12 rounds out of, and maybe a good decision, in my opinion. He can probably beat Love. A lot of people saying Love would tear him up and shit like that. Like, I don't really necessarily know that, you know. He got 18 fights under his belt, and he only got 9 knockouts. That's not even 50%. Well, it is 50%. It is 50%. It's 50% on the dot, actually.
On the dot, right?
Yeah, on the dot, actually. So, man, like, and Ryan Garcia, like, just because you move up in weight, your chin don't get stronger.
Nope.
It doesn't. Like, you still got the same lousy ass chin that you had in whatever weight class that you was in before you moved up. And if Love is defensively sound, he can get through this fight and maybe come out with a win. But his work rate will have to pick up, because Ryan do throw a lot of shots. He do throw a lot of punches. You know what I'm saying?
Especially early on, yes, he do.
Yeah, this is the kind of iffy fight that I really don't know. What do you think about it, Justin? It's 50-50. You want to talk about Arnold Barbosa? Yoda,
I had to step away for a second. My fault, y'all.
You are all good, man. Go ahead and talk about Arnold Barbosa. There he is, right here.
Arnold Barbosa, the guy that Teofimo was officially supposed to make his debut against at 140 pounds. Waxes Ryan Garcia's ass. He outboxed this guy. And plus Barbosa got some dog in it too. All the guys at 140 got dog in them.
Yeah, boy.
Bad boy. Ryan don't like that number. 72. He don't like that number. You know, he wants to fight guys that's like a 68, a 67, but any guy, anybody with a 70 and above, he really don't want no parts of. But if he's at 140, it's gonna be facing a lot of that. This would be a good fight, not a 50-50 fight. I like Barbosa taxing his ass, boxing his head off, probably making him cry. Ryan Garcia is probably a guy who will quit in the ring before somebody can technically stop him.
Go ahead, G5, hit the link if you can or if you want to.
Yeah. So I like to see Barbosa boxes this dude, makes him cry, get him upset. He's gonna get mad because his
Makes me cry.
mascara is being smeared all over the place and he's sweating a little too much. And plus Barbosa is gonna apply pressure. His movement is being a little too much for Ryan Garcia, who is just like two left feet that's stuck in a transmission that can only go forward. He's a front runner, heavy foot guy. These guys gonna make him get on the back foot a whole lot, and he can't box on the back foot. So just about any of these guys. This is about the only fight I probably would give him a serious chance of winning. This is truly a 50-50 fight because Montana Love has not proven anything to me just as yet at 140 pounds. Some of y'all think he has already. Get off that juice. He needs to be proven. This would be a good test for Montana Love. I have nothing against him, but also he's playing with boxing a little bit. Hey, you going to be a rap star or you going to be a
puppy trainer out this bitch? Like, why? What's up with the puppy out this bitch?
I mean, the only fighter in my life, Ashley, that I've seen, and it was cool for them to bring dogs to the ring was Livingston Bramble, who was the Jamaican nightmare who used to bring them pit bulls. He wasn't goddamn bringing a cute ass dog with fucking goddamn glitter on and the fucking nails are fouled and painted and shit, and he got a fucking outfit on and a Fendi goddamn dog chain collar and like, come on, this is boxing. Ain't no dog supposed to be looking pretty. If you're going to have anything or any type of animal that you bring to the ring, he better be a motherfucker that look crazy.
Yeah.
You got to be looking like Cujo. Not no pretty-ass toy dog that you give to your daughter or your woman. This is boxing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I never seen what you just said. I don't know who that fighter is bringing the pit bulls to the ring and stuff. I never even heard that before. That's what's up. That shit fire.
Livingston Bramble, look him up. He the one that beat the brakes off of Boom Boom Mancini when they had their classic match. Man, I'm gonna have to start dropping some old school shit for you, motherfucker.
Go ahead, drop that shit.
I'm gonna
start
start
doing
them joints. I'm gonna start doing a couple of those joints, and I'm saying keep everybody up to date. Yeah.
Salute to G5 Gabe in the chat, yo. TWT in the building. What is good with the winning team? Anybody, like I said, anybody want to talk about the rest of the fighters we got? Go ahead and hit that link and we can get it cracking up in here. DC in the building. Antoine Russell about to take over at 140. We're about to talk about Antoine Russell coming up. He on the list.
He getting close. We getting close to that motherfucker.
Go ahead, Just Do. You next.
Who is this? Montana Love against Ryan Crying Garcia. Now
hey, yo, hold up before you go on, Just. He fuck around and knock this dude out, man.
It's crazy because I was about to say
in the chat. What is good? He's on the panel now. He hit the link. What's good?
What's good, Sid? Chris, just bro, what's good?
You going in and out a little bit. You're going in and out a little bit.
Which one?
The robot. Like that. Cutting out a little bit. Five, my good brother.
I'm more sure he gonna fix it.
Okay. Like I was gonna say, and again, you know, I'm just do. I give the most non-biased opinion as possible, but this fight would be tricky for Montana Love.
Yeah,
it really would. And again, not because of skill set, because of styles. He don't have that pressure style. He likes to box and be cute in there too. You know what I'm saying? So he would allow Ryan Garcia to then be able to pick his shots and showcase his speed and power a little bit. Now, and his work rate ain't the highest also. So, and we know Ryan Garcia likes to let his hands go early. You know what I'm saying? And this would be a tricky fight, I'll say, early for Montana Love. Like, we might have to see him weather a moment or two in this fight potentially because of the styles. And I think Ryan will really go for it in there. But I think ultimately, you know, Love is the better boxer. Don't get me wrong, but I don't feel as confident in his chin as I do some of these other fighters. So I'm just saying, respectfully, he get caught early, he might have to weather a tough storm. I could see a flash knockdown or early knockdown or something. I could potentially see that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, if You get Ryan past that midway mark, man. I can't stress that enough. That's really when you start to see where he's not good. You know what I mean? That's where his slow feet really start to show themselves, and you know what I mean, that fatigue set in, and you start to see him lacking other areas, and you know, if your punch placement start to slack and you slowing down a tick or two because you fatigue, you know, that naturally you're gonna be there for a punch. And Montana Love can be a sharpshooter in there. He do got some sneaky good shots and uppercuts. I could see him stopping Ryan Garcia too, for sure. Definitely. But I would say later than earlier with Montana. But I picked Montana to win. A possible scare or two in here.
Yeah, it might be a 12-round fight. Salute
Might,
to you,
yeah. Or it might really be a 12 round.
At G5, you got something to say about Montana Love and Ryan Garcia?
Well,
I think this is the first time all of us agreed that this might be a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, this is one he probably.
So they agreed to fight?
No, we just breaking down everybody at 140.
Everybody at 140.
Fuck around and have faith.
I mean, Montana Love, he's a talented fighter. He's just not serious enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not serious enough, that's part of a mental, and that ain't good for boxing. You know what I'm saying? Especially being at 140. First of all, they sleeping on Raymond Mirror Tyler. I'm telling you, he gonna make some people mad. I ain't saying he gonna beat the top.
What's
he got
his
a
name
few
again?
things. Raymond Mirror Tyler.
Raymond Morataya.
I mean, they gonna sleep on him.
Morataya. I think he think that ain't that Robert Garcia fighter.
Yep.
Yeah, right. You know Robert Garcia be having them fighters, man. He got.
I don't think he needs to work on is this
fight.
keeping his head off the line. You know what I'm saying? He fast enough and he can move and he got good feet and he can box and punch. So that be saving him, but he need to get on working on that head movement or work on, you know what I'm saying, being real sharp with just the upper body movement if you don't want to get your head off the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What we doing? All right, this is Ryan Garcia. What would happen if he faced any of these guys up on his list? That's what it's about. So this is probably the only one that I'll probably give Ryan Garcia fucking possible winners against Montana Love.
I think I got him. This the guy you talking about is 15-0 with 12 knockouts.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he not on the list, but damn it.
Hey, go check him. Go check out his fight.
He gonna beat Ryan up straight up.
Yeah, he can punch.
He can punch.
He won't lose a round.
And he fast. He got fast ass hands. I'm gonna send you a clip, ass.
I appreciate that. I wanted people to add to the list. That's what I want.
Yeah, just know who I'm talking about. He disconnected that boy.
For sure. From his senses, it's like when your controller, your batteries die in your controller. I'm telling you.
Is that the guy they called Cheese?
Yeah.
I seen his last fight, man. That shit looked good. I seen that shit. I didn't know he was at 140.
I seen him like 3 times.
Sleeping on him, y'all. I'm like, so y'all gonna overlook him at 140? Watch. He gonna keep getting better.
140. I definitely didn't know that.
I ain't talking about y'all overlooking, but people don't they don't even mention him. I'm like, bro, homie got some scrap.
That's a good point, Five. We need to talk about Morataya a little bit, man.
I appreciate you for hitting the link, 5 TWT in the building.
Yeah, Montana Love the only reason I even had that question and feel like that in a Ryan fight, that's a discipline thing for me. It's a discipline. How serious do you take it? Coming in there overweight shit? Like, I really take that serious as a supporter of the sport. Yeah, I believe in respecting your craft. Don't come in no fucking fight not in shape for the event that you signed up for. That shit weak. Like,
you getting paid.
You get what I'm saying? You getting fucking paid, bro. You want to be all pretty and doing it, man, that's cool. But come the fuck up and show up on weight, bro. Like, we ain't trying to hear that weird shit. And he was mad overweight. It wasn't like it was a few pounds, some shit like that. He was bugging with that.
He was over 4 pounds. You came in at 144, bro. I remember that shit.
You wildin'. wilding the fuck out.
Hey, this Livingston Bramble right here, Ash. I know exactly who he is.
Yeah,
This is him right here.
man.
I respect your craft more than that. Come
Yeah.
to sheep. I respect motherfuckers that come in sheep, man.
There's a clip. I'm probably gonna try to link this to you right here. If you put in Livingston Bramble,
Nice.
he spelled it like Living Stone. That's how he spell his name.
Hey, what he at 40?
No, he just retired. This is part of the clips when he beat the shit out of Boom Boom Mancini.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the guy that's the guy Yoda was talking about.
That.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly who he is.
Okay.
See, shout out to Bruce Goals and you know what I'm saying, Tuesday night fights, man. I'm so much sharper with these past fighters, man. Say man.
Motherfuckers on.
That turned me into a beast, man. I'm telling you, dog.
I need to know more. I'm not fronting. I don't care about all of that, man. I don't lie about nothing. I don't know none of them motherfuckers, and I need
want to know. Word.
Ash, I got you.
Me too, Ash. I don't mind doing some homework. Shit.
Yeah.
Word up. I be writing fighters down when people say the names of the fighters I don't know. I write them bitches down. I got some written right in front of me right now.
Man,
Word up.
Yeah,
I do the homework.
Mm-hmm.
This is our next fighter. Is going to be Brandon Lee. He has 24 knockouts. It's 24 wins, 0 losses, 22 knockouts. He's 22 years old. He's 5'10", with a 71-inch reach from California. I think this guy is going to be somebody Ryan can't duck. Because he's 22, he's young.
Yeah.
Ain't undefeated. All them knockouts, and both of them from California.
Yeah.
Both of them probably the same height. Like,
Yeah.
man, at that 71-inch reach, and like Brandon Lee had so much. Like when I seen him fight, it's like he has so much. What's the word I'm looking for? Like he believed in himself so fucking much. He knew when to shoot. He knew he was putting his hands down, and he'll load your ass up and jump to your ass with a hook. Like I was like, damn, cuz that's how you feel. That's how you feel. Like that's how he get his knockouts, y'all. I think he will knock that dude head off into the Raptors, yo. He'll knock Ryan Garcia the hell out. Salute to you, OTB. What's good with you, Boxing Class 101? TWT in the house. All right, we can start from just doing work our way down, yo. What you think about Brandon Lee versus Ryan Garcia?
Okay. I think y'all want to see it there by now. I ain't gonna keep, but nah. So this Brandon Lee, I think he got a slightly underrated boxing ability too. I think there's people enamored with that power. You know, you see that the knockout ratio he got, and you think power right from the rip, but this kid actually can box too. Like he's shown the ability to be able to box and look decent without getting the knockout. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he's super impressive when he don't get the knockout, but he's shown the ability to still look, you know what I mean, impressive without getting the knockout. You know what I mean? I think one of his more recent fights he didn't get the knockout, but he fought Zachary Ochoa or something like that. He did solid against him, but he didn't stop him. But he still looked good. Yeah, man. Again, and Ryan Garcia chances are limited because these dudes really are more polished fighters than him, and they all are more defensively responsible than him, and that's something that's really gonna cause him some problems. And this dude, Brandon Lee, got a heavy punch, man. He got some heavy hands, yo. If you've seen him fight before, and you've seen some of them knockouts that he got on his resume, you'll see what I'm talking about, man. That just would be another dangerous fight for Ryan Garcia. I think maybe he can do well early, but as that fight wear on, I think Brandon Lee himself start to, create some separation, and he could potentially knock his head off. You know what I'm saying? For real. This could be another knockout loss for Ryan Garcia, for sure.
Damn, Teach, you think Ryan gonna kick Brandon out? He gonna knock Brandon out though? That's what you think?
It'll have to be early. It'll have to be.
It'll
gotta be before 6.
He got a defense problem. Go ahead.
Brandon Lee and Ryan Garcia. I mean, I'ma just say let's see it. Let's see it. I don't want to keep repeating myself about what's going on with this kid. Let's see it. We need to see if he's really built like what the fuck he keeps singing that he is. And this is a division that I don't know what made them smoke whatever they did For this guy to move up to one of the most dangerous weight classes, it's filled with nothing but heat through and through. When you look at the top 15, they probably got the heaviest top 15 out of all the weight classes when you look down the line. I don't know what they trying to do with this guy. I don't know. He really don't have too many chances. I don't see him beating Brandon Lee either. Brandon Lee lands one on this dude. I don't see it. He don't have a chin. He keeping it up. And I don't know, where do y'all smell any dog in this dude? This is too much of a man's weight class for this kid to be playing around. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I understand Golden Spatula is going through it. Listen, the man ain't got a chance. Let's move on. This motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Knocked out. Queen knocked out.
Salute Queen. What's good? Tay Tay MMA Queen Combat and Entertainment in the house. TWT Business.
Fat.
If you done, go ahead, G5.
Me, I mean, at the last fight against Fortuna, I mean, okay. I mean, so, I mean, if we got a better opponent in there that's actually coming to fight, Ryan wouldn't look like that.
Right.
Because he got the height, he got fast hands, Ryan has power. Don't get it twisted. He has some attributes, but he still don't know how to put it together. I mean, he put it together, decently against Javier Fortuna, but shit, he really went in there trying to win. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be 100. So it's like I'm gonna give you credit. I mean, you look better than you did your last fight. You had another count with Joe Goose, and that's good. I want you to keep looking better and keep getting better. That way, when people get in there and fight your ass, I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. I don't want to hear none of that. Keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to get your head knocked off. Sooner or later, it's a matter of time. I think, well, what else? Brandon Lee has fast hands. He can punch and he got fast hands. And like, if you say, who's a better boxer out of Brandon Lee and Ryan Garcia? Well, that's up in the air. Who's more consistent to their game plan? Brandon Lee. Whose chin is not as up much in the air?
Brandon
Lee. You know what I'm saying? Might have slight better defense? Brandon Lee. Who punch harder? I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm gonna lean towards Brandon Lee. He more comfortable at the division, and he done beat people that actually were 140 pounders, not a blown up 35 pounder. You know what I'm saying? I got Brandon Lee. Got him beating Ryan.
Salute
Could
to
he
you,
stop him?
OTB.
Man, salute to my sis, man. This is the first time, I didn't get to be blessed enough to not just where I'm in the car listening to you talk your shit. So, I'm definitely pleased. And I want you and sis, y'all pick a fight, man, and we gonna break it down for him. You dig? I'm gonna let y'all hijack my film watch.
Okay.
You dig? And with two girls undisputed fights coming up, you dig? I think it's only right I bring some queens on. But as far as this fight, we gonna make that happen though, Ash. I ain't even gonna hold you. We gonna make that happen. Okay. They gonna respect your knowledge, goddamn it. They gonna respect your knowledge, sis.
I'm definitely down. I appreciate you.
But I think that I'm about to piss y'all off because I think that Ryan won that fight easy. You understand? I think that Brandon Lee had problems.
We needed you here. Look, we needed you here since the first person. Since
Regis
I gotta
go against the grain. I know I gotta go against the grain. I'm sorry I missed Regis. But yeah, though, man, I think that Brandon Lee, you understand, had problems with Alex Ochoa, who had just moved up from 135. He wasn't even a natural 140 pounder. And if y'all go back and watch that fight, he had problems with Alex Ochoa moving around. You understand? We know that Ryan don't got good feet, but Ryan possessed the punch volume and the length that's going to give Brandon Lee some problems on trying to close that distance without stepping with his jab. He'd get Rolly Romero fucking with Ryan. I'm telling you, boy, and that shit'll be highlight. So unfortunately, I think that's a fight that's one of the few fights at 140. If I'm in Ryan Garcia's camp, we iron Brandon Lee. He's sweet. He look like candy. However, we know that real talk. That's candy. Tell me that boy don't look like candy on that screen.
It's real quick. That's why I said you can win without the knockout.
Good
and look decent, but I ain't say super impressive. Notice that's why I said that. I knew somebody was gonna come in here and get on his ass.
Man, y'all know we wolves at the end of the day, man. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I ain't seen enough out of Brandon Lee to put him in the wolf category. He's showing his teeth. You understand? We respect what's going on, but I feel like what would be Ryan Garcia's advantage in that fight is Freddie fucking Roach. Freddie fucking Roach is going. Like,
that's crazy.
What type of adjustments have we ever seen Freddie Roach make?
That's what I'm saying.
So giving Ryan gives him something different, and we're watching Ryan improve. Yeah, I mean, we know that his lapses is still there, but we're watching him improve, and we have to credit Joe Goosen and in that battle of adjustments, given each fighter is who they are. Yeah, I mean, so it's definitely a stronger chance that Brandon Lee win that fight. However, I just feel like it's a winnable fight for Ryan for those reasons.
All right, OTB, nice going against the grain.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Salute to you, Chris Brown 45. Thanks for stopping in today. Southern T, TWT, what is good everybody in the building, yo? I need the flames that you got. I said it on this joint. You need. I need the flames that you got so I can drop the flames when the family come through. Yeah, everybody.
I said the same shit, like, man. Why T the only person with the flames?
I want my own shit. I want
the motherfucking breathing dragon. That shit
fire. Crush, ice cold crush, man. That should be dope.
Shit. I don't want no ice. I'm a cold crush shit whenever.
Tell him, man. Tell him.
Goddamn. Freeze on you.
Ask AB to get on it for us, man.
Yeah, he just dropped for me, so I'm gonna drop that shit later.
All right, this is the dude named Omar Aguilera. That's his name. He's 23-0 with 22 knockouts. He's 22 years old. He's 5'9", and he fights out of Mexico. His reach was not listed, but I seen him fight. Right? I hate it when they don't do that shit. I hate it when they don't do that shit. But have any of y'all heard of Cuz or ever seen him fight?
He big as shit.
What's his name?
Yes, he is. Yo, that's what I was about to
say. That motherfucker look like he should be fighting at 160. Goddamn.
Middleweight. He like a middleweight.
Yeah, he just had a knockout recently. He just knocked somebody.
I do like a damn middleweight.
I'm gonna tell y'all his future fight. His future fight is Vito Mielnicki.
Vito Mielnicki, yo, I think he's fighting at welterweight now. He's
fighting this week.
Matter of fact,
preliminary
card. He's fighting at 154. He weighed in at 153 and some change.
I like
Vito went up in weight again.
Yeah, what is they doing? Some of these fighters, like I don't understand what they doing. Like
it's not gonna be a good look. It's not gonna be a good look.
Yeah.
Vito lost. He lost to a no name at welterweight.
Yeah, he did.
So why the fuck move up? And he's not really that damn big to be 154.
Nah, he's not big. Some skill, but
he should be a welterweight.
He's not a big guy. Nah.
But maybe they was eyeing him up to fight Boots or something. Who knows? He might be running from some damn competition, yo.
He's big as shit.
Honestly, yo.
I'm telling you.
I never heard of this guy. Bruh, 23-0 with 22 knockouts, and he's 22 years old. I'm telling you. The dude big and he can punch. He's big and he can punch, yo.
Swear he like a middleweight up there. He like a full-blown middleweight up there.
Yo.
Hey, Ash, I knew exactly who I say he big as shit. That motherfucker look like a Mexican goddamn gigantor, goddamn
Mexican warrior out this bitch. He look big as a motherfucker to fight at 140, yo. He big. He just look visibly big. He make weight, but he look visibly just big as shit. Motherfucker, yo. Being 5'9" and he's just wide and just he just look big as shit, yo. For real. When he fight, maybe it was his opposition, but to me, the dude looked big and he got a lot of knockout power, and that's something that I think since Ryan don't have a tough chin, he gets stopped. And you know what I mean? Under 6 rounds for sure. Probably 4 rounds that's it for Cuz. The only
Man, that
thing
kid
that
fighting 140.
this dude fight at 140 pounds.
Yeah, big as shit.
Hell nah.
Yeah. Yo,
He do, yo.
I forgot what card he was just on not too long ago. I know exactly when she picture came up. I said, yeah. I said, Ashy, big as shit. She said, yup. I'm trying to tell this motherfucker big as shit. I forgot who he just damn near knocked somebody's neck out of place recently.
Say they don't like video. He don't like Vito.
Yeah, him and Vito fighting next. Man, wow.
That's a big fight too, y'all.
Yeah, Vito
and who?
This fight, yo. Vito gonna have to
Vito
tighten
and
up
who fighting?
Fight.
I don't even know who he fighting, but it's definitely at super welterweight. It's definitely at 154.
Yeah, we know who Vito is.
He not that big for that. I seen him fight. He fought. I think he fought. Yeah, man. He fought. Let me pull Vito up, man. He fought on Chris. I'm mistaken.
Go ahead, OTB. You got something to say, or Yoda? Either one of y'all while he pulling it up.
Man, what do you say to him?
Ryan, man. He clean Ryan Clock, yo.
Man, hell yeah, he clean Ryan Clock. Well, I don't know. I got to see the kid. We never know the kid can have bad feet. Yeah, I mean,
well,
what you say, Chris?
He don't really got good feet anyway.
He fights Mexican style, but he ain't gonna let you just bang him in the face all night. It's not gonna happen.
See, and given that weight size is gonna be a problem for anybody at 140. I think that the fight for him, though, now that we say at 140, is Gary Antoine Russell. That's a pretty knockout.
Yeah.
That's a pretty bag right there. And not to mention, I don't think that this kid backs down. So you're talking about a fight that's gonna be fought in the middle of the ring. You understand? And both of these fighters gonna be there to get hit. And I think that if they build that fight right, I look to PBC to really build this kid up right. So we can give Gary Antoine some wins that's credible.
Yo, OTB, man.
That's a good fight.
Oh, man, that's a hell of... Oh, I love to see that fucking fight, bro. You that boy, OTB, god damn it.
Oh man, Ash teaching me right now.
Ash teaches all the damn time. Anytime she ain't teaching. I've been in class, never been absent. I've been late a few times. Well, I sleep at class anyway. I sleep right in the seat.
Man, she done started teaching her own class. She don't even make it to OTB boxing class to teach her little section over there. That's why I had to hop in. Like, hold on, man, you a professor.
I'm stuck to you though. Maybe I need to unclick the bell and click it back because I'm stuck to you like a motherfucker.
That's what it be too, Ash.
Yeah, I don't really know why I don't get no notifications, but I've been stuck to you.
Word up, it be that sometimes. Unclick it and turn it back on. It'll start working for you.
But man, like I think we're all in agreement. Dude is big, and he'll stop the shit out of Ryan Garcia, in my opinion. And just because of his fighting style, it'll give Ryan hells a problem because he won't go nowhere. And yes, we've made it to Gary Antoine Russell. He's the next person we're going to talk about. Gary Antoine Russell versus Ryan Garcia. Another southpaw. Yo, bunch of southpaws at 140, yo. Bunch of southpaws at junior welterweight. He's 14-0, 14 knockouts. Well, at the time when I made the video, he was 14-0 with 14 knockouts. He still got his knockout streak. He's more knockouts though. I think he has 15 now, maybe 16. Yeah. But he's 25 years old. He's 5'10" with the 69-inch reach out of Capitol Heights, Maryland. Dude big too, yo. He looked big as shit in his training, yo. And he said he got the fire rapid gunfire sounds when he be on the mitts, just like his older brother, Gary Russell. Salute to you, BFTB Boxing in the super chat. I didn't get no goddamn notification. You never get no damn notifications, yo. Man, we had to go in about Ryan Garcia versus everybody. Well, the top 15, I think it's 16 fighters on, because the last fighter that's on here is Rayo, and Rayo fight at 135. You don't fight at 140. So without him, it's 16 fighters on here that we're going to talk about. We already got past more than half. So we got a little bit more. We got a little bit more to go, but I definitely appreciate you in the super chat. Best fight the best. Thank you for stopping by. I know you about to go live in a little bit. I ain't really expect this live to go this long. I really didn't. Gary
And
stopped
it's dope
Ryan.
when it's dope. That's what be happening.
Man, once I
How you
seen
think
it,
we be
Ash,
having
I say,
4 hour
"Woo,
lives? I'm telling you, Ash, that's how it be happening.
I'm getting there."
I see Gary Russell fucking him up. Like, I'm being that. Like, I really think Gary Russell can be the king of this division. I really hope he stays at 140. I know he can make 135 because he never comes in at 139 point anything. He always comes in at 138 or 137, and he fights at 140, just like he did today. He came in, I think, 147, 148 and some change. So, I really think if he stays in this division, especially so you got all of these undefeated fighters, he can really make a big name for himself and be the king of this division and gather all the titles. I really don't see nobody stopping him. I really don't. Like, it's going to be hard to really beat Gary Antoine Russell. And versus Ryan Garcia, man, he made quick work of Ryan.
What?
I think he makes quick work of Ryan. Two rounds max is what I think. Yo, go ahead, Yoda. You go ahead, cook, man. Go ahead,
man. I'ma use a movie title. Gone in 60 seconds, goddamn. Just listen, he gets this dude out in the traveling the speed of thought. He will fuck him up. Murder by the numbers, just by a few fucking punches is over. We know how Antoine Russell come. This dude applies pressure, and he comes very methodical. He's not coming in all reckless. What Ryan's trying to swing that bullshit on that speed y'all be talking about, giving that speed shit. Well, he gonna dip, dude, and he gonna dip this nigga 6 feet deep in 60 motherfucking seconds. He whoops his ass. This is be the fastest ass whipping Ryan Garcia receives in his boxing career and may have to retire. This retires him. I changed my fucking mind. This is the fight that retires him. This is the guy that I want to see everybody go against at 140 pounds. Yes, we're going to stop this shit right here. Ash knew I was going to do this. She set me up clickbait, but I'm with it. This motherfucker right here, yes. Everybody, listen, I don't give a fuck what y'all say about whoever at 140 Crush is telling you now. In the mind.
Good say cruising.
This dude, if he stays at 140, if he wants to go for undisputed, say what y'all want. I'm not going to change my mind. I will remain consistent on this guy. This guy can be the king, like she said, snatch all fucking belts. Who want to smoke? He kills this dude. It'd be like a Mike Tyson fight. Don't go get no motherfucker popcorn, take a leak, or none of that shit. Cause soon when he jump on it, the bull gonna start sweating and pissing in his cup. Soon when he swings, he gonna do like Michael Spinks didn't even get hit by the punch, just the wind of it. He don't listen. This man kills him. And he's the sweet science of boxing that come with a jagged edge. Fucking oh man. But who fucking with him at 140? Not that motherfucker. Man, he destroys him. What? He destroys him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he destroys him. Oh my gosh. That's the guy to beat at 140. I'm saying that
bad
right now.
News, man. Bad news. Go ahead, Justin.
Go ahead, Just.
OTB. Go ahead, just OTB.
Okay. All right, man. As y'all can see, I tried, but goddamn it, my damnedest to come up with a plan for Ryan to win this fight. Short of Gary Antoine Russell falling on his way to the ring, doing his ring walk. You dig? But the reality of the matter is, shit, when you really look at him, y'all, 5'10" in height, 69-inch arm reach. You dig? Them look a lot like Ryan credentials. Given Gary's ability to fluctuate his weight, I don't know that would be the one fight that he come in over 140. You feel me? So Ryan could actually go into that fight being a bigger fighter, which only gonna make him fall to the ground that much harder and faster. But you understand? But when you really look at how they weigh up, you look at Gary's inability to jab. You understand? Him not setting his punches up well, him getting frustrated, and him once he realized that he can take your power, he will take unnecessary shots. You understand? And when you talking about Ryan, who has the power but has the ability to disguise the power, fuck no, he ain't got a chance to win this fight. I just wanted it to sound good and give y'all some logic from my four corners of the ring.
It's real hard to think of a game plan, bro. It's
Wait
not
a minute,
even funny.
Nephew, you on punishment for that one. This is the first time I got punishment, nephew. Good shit, though. I feel you. I was
going for a minute.
I was shit on him, but man,
I was making it sound real good for a minute.
Yo,
God damn.
Just do you back?
Oh shit, my bad, yo. I was on mute. I'm sitting right here. My bad, ass, yo. Damn, did she?
I said you don't want to talk about Gary?
Man, I was saying, yeah, bad news is right. Bad news for Ryan Garcia. If he got to get his way, he got to get his ass in there with not Mr. Gary, but Gary Antoine, man.
I call him Antoine.
You gonna force me to fight?
Does he have an alias? Does he have one?
Gary.
I just call him Antoine because there's too many Gary.
I'm thinking
I just seen Gary Antonio post, y'all, and all you could call him is Gary Antonio. Shit, all of them just Gary. And I believe in the house, they all just Gary.
He's stopping Ryan, man. For real. He gonna beat him up. I don't see him losing the round because of the styles. He's gonna make it tough for Ryan Garcia. Close the distance.
Ryan's ducking him. Ryan ducking him for sure.
Yeah, he ain't gonna want to fight him.
And the thing is, yo, Gary Antoine Russell's real close to a title. Like, and when he get him, I think he's gonna be looking for nothing but unifications, yo. Like, I really see that. Like, he about to fight all the Jose Ramirez and Zepedas, and I would love to see him versus Regis Prograis. And like I said, Matias, bro, all that shit is fire fight. Like 140 is really stacked like a motherfucker, higher than the Empire State Building. That shit is stacked.
Josh and Gary?
No, not Josh.
Regis and Gary.
Yeah,
I think that Josh and Gary would be a good fight.
Oh,
yes. I think that Gary win that fight. You understand? Of course, Gary win that fight, but I think that Josh Taylor is awkward, man. We don't really
stay in it too much. Like, he can't move around the ring. That's the problem with Josh Taylor.
And that's what's gonna get him knocked out. But
that's
in the pocket,
knock his ass.
Big too.
Gary,
I know that.
with Gary taking all of them shots, I mean, we done seen Josh set up his shots and put shit dead on their face. I mean, so and plus, Josh having a name. We talking about trying to get Gary Antoine as a superstar, So I mean, I think that Josh Taylor is a fight.
Yeah, me too, T.
Yeah.
But yeah, OTP.
Yeah, that's fire right there. We can move on from Gary Antoine. I think he's about to be the number one dude, yo, for real.
It's been solid right here, man. It's been good, man.
Kenneth Sims Jr. is the next fighter that I have on the list. He has 17 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. He only has 5 knockouts, though. He's a great boxer.
Yes,
he has
the last
28 years old. He's 5'10", with a 69-inch reach, and he fights out of Chicago. Yo, what y'all think about Kenneth Sims?
I seen his last fight in person. He was at the Prudential Center. He fought Calvin Ford fighter Keyshawn Williams. And he fought a hell of a fight. When I say he fought a hell of a fight, it was an 8-rounder. When I say he lost the first round very close and won 7 straight, he lost 1 round close and won 7 straight. Man, he boxed his ass off. He boxed his ass off in that fight. And again, this would be like an experience thing, and he got this skill set, man. He a more polished fighter than Ryan Garcia. More polished, better skills. He don't got a ton of power, so Ryan to be there to hang around. But I believe Sims got outbox Ryan Garcia. Definitely be a points decision. He's not gonna knock him out, but he could gain your respect. He put a little something on there. I ain't saying he gonna knock you out, you know what I mean? But I ain't seen him get walk through, and I like the way he handled Elvis, with Elvis being a power puncher. He gave Elvis his only loss, then turned around and took Keyshawn 0-2. So I think he was to get a Ryan Garcia fight, that'd be big for him. And I think that'd be his third he could probably take. I think he'd beat Ryan up. I think he'd outbox him. he out slicked, out techniqued, and he just beat Keyshawn to the punch. Keyshawn came into that fight definitely the faster fighter, but his, Sims, his timing and his punch selection was on point. His confidence is where it needed to be. He executed the hell out of his game plan, and like I said, he lost one round and won 7 straight, and he was turning up in that motherfucker. It was a hell of a performance. So he riding a little high right now. So I said that'd be a tough fight for Ryan Garcia, and I think he got the skill set to be able to beat him for sure. And the timing, he got the timing to offset some of that speed that Ryan Garcia
got. Good timing. He got good timing,
mm-hmm.
and he got some sound defense. He earned my respect when he beat Elvis Rodriguez. I watched that whole fight. I thought Elvis Rodriguez was going to beat him. Elvis Rodriguez does have pop, and he looked like he took a nice flush punch, and it looked like he hurt him a little. He hurt Kenneth Sims a little bit, but he recovered so fast.
Yes, he did.
So he earned my respect on that. Go ahead, Yoda.
And he followed it up with another undefeated. Like, he got back-to-back undefeated opponents on his resume too.
Yeah, he earned my respect.
Mm-hmm.
Or OTB, Yoda, whichever one.
Shit, I like Kenneth Sims, man. Y'all just nailed the nail into the wood, man. That was God damn. But yeah, though, like, y'all killed it, man. He a Philly shell fighter. You understand? Southpaw, I believe. And when you watch him, he really worked the angles well, fight real good in the pocket. You understand? He just be in there too long, and he drop his hands as he pull out a lot on the Ryan Garcia tip. So when you see him, a lot of the times that he get hit flush, it's getting away or trying to get out of the pocket. But fast hands, I definitely like him, man. I like Kenneth Sims, and don't let the 2 losses deter you from being a fan of dude, man. He is special talent, and I do think that he has the ability to be champion still. Yeah, I mean, I won't say like he can't be champion with them 2 losses. I do think that he 2 wins, maybe 1 big name and a win on the way from being a champion, and we could see that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yoda, you got something to say on the Kenneth Sims versus Ryan? Yeah.
I only seen Kenneth Sims fight maybe 4 times out of his 17 fights. That's a good test for the both of them. He got good boxing ability. He got good potential. I think he can outbox Ryan. That'll be a good fight. Yeah, let's see that fight. This guy right here, Hitchens, that's my man.
Yeah, I
like this guy.
Richardson Hitchens is 13-0, 5 KOs. He's 24 years old. His height is 5'10". His reach is 74 inches. That's the highest we've seen this whole show from Manhattan, New York. Go ahead, Yoda. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like Richard Hitchens. This guy's a boxing tactician. He don't have a lot of power. But yeah, this guy here, Brian, this is a test for Brian's brain. He'll make Brian think. Ryan think a whole lot. The only thing that I worry about with this guy, if he gets, outside of his game plan and try to trade punches. Ryan does punch harder than this guy. This is a good test for Ryan's power too, because this guy's chin hasn't really been tested yet, as some of the other guys that prior to this list. So this is a good one. I think he beats Ryan if he just boxes and stay to his game, especially with that reach. He has good foot movement. Ryan's going to have problems with anybody with foot movement, but this is a good test. As long as this guy stays boxing, Ryan here beating. But if he gets, try to trade punches, I think it'll be a bad thing for him, because I got to get an asshole some credit for his powers. So, and not knowing how good this guy's chinning, this would be good if Ryan was to clip this guy and he don't make the count or whatever. But I got him out boxing. This is a good fight. These type of matches with these sort of guys are a good test. So it's good that you brought these guys up on this list. But it's a good test. But I got Richard Hitchens out boxing Ryan Garcia.
Okay. I mean, I agree with all of that shit for real. Southern T said he missing something, but he don't know what it is. It's power. That's the only
Yeah, it's
thing.
Yeah,
power.
It's
it's
just
just
power.
power.
He has good
Power.
feet. He has good ring IQ. He has good boxing IQ. He can box
Fact.
and all of that shit. And his defense is even okay. But if he get hit with some, I can't remember the guy that he fought. I don't remember his name. I just remember his face. But he swelled up his lip a little bit. He won in a decision. But
About
he
2
comes
fights
in.
ago, right?
Yeah, I
The
think it
light
was
skinned
like
dude, they got
is the
into it
light
in the
skinned
press
bald head
conference.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got
Uh,
into it
Yes.
at the weigh-ins.
Malik Hawkins.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
No,
Malik
not
Hawkins.
Africa
him.
was on that
Yeah,
mess. Not
Before
Malik
Malik.
Hawkins. It was the
Malik
fight
Hawkins.
before Malik.
Oh, I
Yeah.
about to say they got into it at the press conference. That's why I thought you were talking about Malik.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
I'll go
just
check
do.
his record.
Just do. Go ahead, talk about Richardson
Oh,
Hitchens.
Richardson Hitchens, yeah, man. Another thing is a matchup nightmare, but not so much. With
Mendez. That was his fucking name.
yeah, Mendez or Dennis Mendez or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, the veteran, little ball
Yeah, he
vet.
was a
Yeah,
vet. He was a
yeah.
vet.
But yeah, Hitchens, man, and it'd be a matchup nightmare, and not so much because of the pressure style, because of just being a pure boxer, and he'd give Ryan all types of fits, in my opinion, and he got the length to compete with. He got to give him a
74
ton of
inches.
pressure. So 74.
That's a
He,
serious
he,
reach.
he'd be to keep Ryan at bay, keep him honest. I think he'd make him miss and make him pay too. The only good thing for Ryan, fortunately, is Hitchens don't got a ton of power, so he'd be around. I see that being a points decision, but he'd be around to have his opportunities. But I think Hitchens really just outboxed the kid. You know what I'm saying? He box circles around Ryan Garcia. I don't see Ryan doing nothing better than him, and his only shot would be able to be to catch Hitchens. And I'm telling you, early for me, because the fight goes, worse it is for Ryan Garcia. I got Hitchens on points. They are unanimous too.
Me too. I got him on points unanimous. So maybe even split if they trying to cheat. The judges trying to cheat. Go ahead, OTB. What you think about Richardson Hitchens versus Ryan Garcia at 140?
Man, Africa Richardson Hitchens, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
man,
Africa.
when I say I'm big on Africa, like, man, I fuck with Africa. Like, y'all go and watch the sparring clips of him and Shakur Stevenson. Put some respect on
I watched that. I seen that shit.
You see him giving him
I seen it too.
He thinks defense first, yo. And like he
yo.
on that tip. That man is he a very good boxer. Very good.
You
boxer.
understand? And that's why I'm so high on him, as y'all know how I am about boxing IQ. But if you don't know, like, man, I'm just gonna run off a few names from his amateur career right quick. You feel me? Gary Antoine Russell 2 times, split 1-1. Virgil Ortiz Jr. Let's see. You got Gary Antoine again, Abraham Nova, Jermaine Ortiz. You understand? You got Gary Antoine again. They done fought 4 times. He beat him twice. No, Gary Antoine, they 3-1. You understand? But Marquand Williams, who was very highly touted. You understand? Like, man, dude done been in the ring with the best of them, to say the least. Like, and he's in camp with Shakur all the time. He a fan of boxing. My only thing with him is, will Mayweather let him be great, y'all?
Yeah.
Like, shit, will Mayweather, will him be another?
Same thing I said, OTB.
He left Mayweather.
Oh, he did?
He's done with TMT. Yes, he is done with them.
Oh,
solid. Let's break it down. What do we go to? Do we go to Top Rank?
Hey,
or do we go to PBC?
It don't. Hey, either way, I think honestly, how is 140 broken down? Is it mostly top rank fighters?
Top rank has a lot of guys that 140.
Yep. Jose Ramirez, all of them on Top Rank.
If you go with PBC, I think isn't Gary Allen Russell with PBC?
And as we know, they got history. They have the history there.
Yeah. I think Antoine is with Showtime.
Gary Antoine?
Yeah, I think he was Showtime. I'm not sure.
So do y'all see PBC investing in Africa Hitchens to make that fight as big as it could be? Because I think that he can beat Gary Antoine, even with the pillow fist. He's that
Even
good.
with the pillow fist. He said even with the pillow fist.
He's that good.
Yeah, there's no biasness in your heart when you said even with
and
the
that
pillow
74-inch reach, y'all. That's tough.
That 74 is ridiculous, yo. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Gary would have to be running around the ring and trying to cut the ring off.
Come on, y'all. We
know how to use it. He know how to use the reach as well. He don't just have it. You get what I'm saying? He know how to use his physical advantages.
Yeah, he has good punch placement too, man. Shit.
Yes, he do.
That's because he's a tactician.
Yes, he is.
That's all.
So I asked y'all, do y'all see the bigger fights for him? And then I'll let you get on. Ash, I couldn't help it. You know what I mean? Do y'all see the bigger fights for him on the Top Rank side, or do y'all see him on the PBC side? We
Probably
know that
Top Rank. I'm thinking Top Rank because I think Top Rank has the majority of that top 15 at 140, and that's always the best look is when you on the side with the majority, and that's just how I see it. You know, and you got the champion was Top Rank. You know, what's his name? Josh Taylor. Right, and then you got Ramirez is Top Rank, Cepeda's Top Rank, like all of them Top Rank.
Mm-hmm.
Teach and shit, he can beat all of them. Yeah, I mean, we know them all front foot dominant fighters. Don't none of them want to fight in the pocket for the most part. Yeah, I mean, so I hope Richardson or somebody can tell you is goddamn it sub to Ashley's Corner because we just gave you the blueprint, man.
Yeah,
don't waste that talent, chump.
Mm-hmm. Go get yours, man. We see the talent. Go get it.
Yeah, I think then that's the only thing with a lot of fighters that has a little bit of knockouts, yo. But when it comes to Richardson, like he knows defense first. He knows what's up. He ain't trying to get knocked out or hit a lot of none of that shit. He know how to use his feet and all of that, and that's what makes it good is because he knows the sweet science of boxing. Next, we got Keith Hunter up in the building. Keith Hunter been wanting all that smoke for a minute. He's 14-1 with 9 knockouts. He's 29 years old. He's 6 foot tall. He's the tallest one yet that's been on the lead on the list. 73.5-inch reach fighting out of Las Vegas. That's where he at. Man, he been talking sweet music. He been talking some sweet shit to Regis Prograis, yo. He want that Regis Prograis work. He been talking shit about Tank. He talked shit about everybody. You know, he said that when he sparred Devin Haney, and this is from Just Do Boxing, he let me know and put me up on game because I did not know until he said that shit. That he said when he sparred Devin Haney, he heard him on mistake. You know what I'm saying? He sparred Tank, and I heard him say, I watched that joint. He said that he don't know if Tank can take his power, and they sparred each other. Like, so yeah. What y'all think about Keith Hunter up in this motherfucker versus Ryan Garcia at 140?
That'd be entertaining, I tell you that. But it's a winnable fight for Ryan Garcia because Hunter he's a long dude, but he gives up his height because he likes to fight. His mentality.
Yes, he's a banger. You're right about that.
Puts him in situations that he don't need to be in, and I'm not a fan of fighters not using their physical gifts. Like, if you blessed with something like that, you that damn tall and long, bro, use it, man. I don't care what how you like to fight, learn how to fight using what you know what I mean, your physical gifts. You got all that height and reach, but you'll make the fight tougher than it need to be. And because of that, you take extra risks, and because of that, you get hit more. You take more risks, you're gonna get hit more. And I think Ryan might be able to catch this dude, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be a tricky fight for both, but I say it's a winnable fight for Ryan for sure on this list.
LD.
Because of his
I'm glad you came by.
His lack of detail on defense. He could say what he want, but he don't have the best defense, and I seen him get clipped. You know what I'm saying? He only got the one loss, but that's to somebody we don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know who he lost to.
Yeah. I need to see this guy fight some damn body.
Yeah, he haven't fought no name yet, yo.
Yeah,
no disrespect. Just
no disrespect.
We ain't seen it. That's all.
It is. Shit. I'm with Just Do. I ain't really got to say nothing much. He really set it off. I feel the same exact way Just Do feel. I can beat this dude. I'm just saying. So we'll see. 73.5. 6 feet.
Yeah, he's a long guy, yo. The guy's pretty long. He got
for
long
perspective,
ass.
even Richardson Hitchens is a little longer than him. So that's just think about that. A little longer than a 6 footer. But yeah, he give up his height and reach too much for me.
I haven't really seen a whole fight of his. I done seen some highlights. I seen highlights of certain fights, but I haven't seen beginning and end.
He don't fight tall because he seemed like he believe in his power. Like he wanted him. He fight like you can tell he believe in his power, and because of that, he limits. I think showing you his boxing ability. I don't even say he don't got it, but see that's something with your mental and your IQ, man. You don't put yourself. Stop fighting with your heart. Do more fighting with your brain and not your heart. We get it. Like we get it. We get it. But it's gonna be opportunities and situations where you gotta show that. You don't gotta spend the whole fight showing that. I mean, show that you smart.
Now I got a question.
Man, y'all just dropped jewels on Keith.
Yeah,
Keith Hunter.
And because of that, yo, I can see him versus Gary Antoine would look bad, and it's because Gary Antoine like fighting on the inside, and if he do too, he's in for a very rude awakening. Very rude awakening.
Too long to always be fighting the inside. You at a disadvantage.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Just naturally, unless you that nice in the inside, and that you are not.
He like brawling too much, man. It's too much.
Hey T, nah, he ain't legit, man. First of all, man, he's an orthodox fighter, y'all, but he stay on his front foot and he don't have no head movement. You understand? And this is just our first glance. I ain't never seen him fight. You understand? But he don't really use that 73.5-inch arm reach. He don't have no head movement, so you keep seeing his head snap back from dealing with a jab. So anybody who really set up their punches, you know what I mean, gonna knock him the fuck out. And I pray that he's with a trainer in between the film that I just seen and right now to get him to have some defensive purpose, because that shit is gonna get him, you understand, killed in the ring. And that's just, and as much as he have that 73.5-inch arm reach, you understand, man, shit, that and he can have the heart to deal with it, y'all, but it don't mean shit when you can't get your head off the line. So you understand, I know I'm a rotation, I'm a slip jab of yours away from landing my punch, and we know your head gonna be there, Mr. Potato Head. So you understand, let's get that motherfucker on the bobblehead or something and see if we can't get it on the outside for the shoulder. Yeah, real talk. He got Mr. Potato Head. That motherfucker don't move when you watching, y'all. The body move, the legs move, the head don't move till it snap back. I'm just watching this shit while y'all cooking. Like, man, no, y'all, no. Like, I feel bad for him, and I pray that they really teaching him some defensive purpose, because that's gonna get that man killed.
Yeah. After y'all said all of that, I'm really intrigued by seeing him versus Regis Prograis. That's a very intriguing fight after y'all said all of that, because like I said, I haven't seen a whole fight from beginning to end, and that's really what I like watching before I speak fully.
And you're right, Ash. That make that fight more intriguing, because we all know how Regis get caught in fist fights. He get caught in Baton Rouge brawls.
That's gonna be one of those for sure.
And with this kid liking the brawl like that, it just become a matter of time before Regis land his punch, and whoever does it with 6 foot, that's gonna be a pretty ass knockout.
Yeah. All right, next fighter is Regis Prograis. I mean, Regis. I'm still thinking about Regis, and y'all saying what y'all saying. Still thinking about that shit. Elvis Rodriguez is the next fighter. Another southpaw. Another southpaw.
Damn.
He's 12 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, and his 1 loss was from Kenneth Sims Jr. He has 11 knockouts, man. That's a lot of knockouts, only having 12 wins, man, and 1 loss, 1 draw. He has 11 knockouts. He's 26 years old. He's 5'9" with a 71-inch reach, and he's fighting out of Dominican Republic. Did he go down in weight recently to 135? I think he did. Yeah. That's why he called out Gervonta Davis. At the time when I made this, he was still fighting at 140 when I made this video. But yeah, I think right now he fights at 135. but he could be. We can quickly go through him since I don't think he's fighting at 140 no more. Because his last fight, I believe, was at 135, and right after that fight, he called out Gervonta Davis. Could have been 140 pounds, and he called him out. But I think he moved down in weight after he lost to Kenneth Sims. But his problem is Freddie Roach. Okay, the man don't speak English anyway. Elvis Rodriguez don't speak English, and he doesn't recognize English that well because he always have some interpreter right beside him in every freaking interview. He does not speak English. So him having Freddie Roach, and he does have somebody that says what Freddie Roach says, to like all of that shit in the corner is just a bit much for me, you know. And Freddie Roach is not. He's not a great trainer. He ain't good. Like, it's just he got his whole shit off of Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was his own talent in his own right. Manny Pacquiao would have got as far as he got with a different trainer. It didn't have to. His coach did not have to be Freddie Roach. So I think Freddie Roach is his problem. Honestly, when I seen a couple of his fights, Freddie Roach, like, I was like, yo, I don't know why he's looking for that punch, because he should really focus on the hook, because the hook was about to catch, just straight up detach that dude's head from his body. And Freddie Roach didn't say that in the corner. Like, he didn't say look for the right hook or whatever. He just continued to try to throw the same damn punch over and over again, and his corner didn't tell him otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up stopping dude with the hook. Like, bro, I'm like, man, Freddie Roach is trash. But I really like Elvis Rodriguez. When I first seen him, I loved the eye test. So how he looked. He looked like Devin Haney in the ring. In my opinion, the way he stands, the way he throws punches is kind of Devin Haney-esque. And the fact that he has more power than Devin Haney, I really liked him. I really did. And I still like him. But Kevin Sims, that's why I said Kevin Sims got my respect. If he does fight Ryan Garcia, that would be a very interesting fight. I do not know who will win. It could be a 50-50 fight. Right. I do give the power to Elvis Rodriguez, because Elvis is bigger than him. He's bigger than him. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really know. You know what I mean? I think it's a 50-50 fight. What y'all think?
I think it's a 50-50 fight too, Ash. 50-50 fight. This is a fight that he can, he has a 50% chance to win. But other than that, I ain't got much to say on it.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a more winnable fight for Ryan. I ain't saying he'll win for sure, but I think he'll be able to compete with Elvis. Elvis sometimes will suffer from the same shit Ryan Garcia suffered from, throwing every punch at the same speed sometimes. So every now and then he on his shit, he's showing his boxing ability, but sometimes he could get wrapped up in the fact that he got power. You will see that from him. That's how Ryan fights sometimes. But if he in there using his boxing ability, he can actually be a little impressive in there.
Hold up, my bad. Salute to you, Jeremy 2684. What is good for you? Good with you. KQ Boxing Network. Salute to you, Super OG. What's happening with you? Yo, glad you came by to check me out. Yo, glad you came by to check me out. Go ahead, my bad.
They say, yeah, I lean towards Elvis though. I still would, because he's just more defensively responsible than Ron. And I'm always gonna favor somebody that know how to, keep their chin out the air, not serving that shit up on the tee.
It's on me.
Yeah. So Southern 2 said Ryan loses all these people. You see how we started out hot though, and now we going down the rankings, you know what I'm saying? And it's getting closer to Ryan being 50-50 fights and shit, yo. We working up in here. Go ahead, OTB.
Man, I think Ryan, not just because I never bet on a black man named Elvis, you understand? But like I never, that's some shit you would never catch OTB doing, yeah. I was raised in the projects. So she ain't no niggas named Elvis in the goddamn projects. Get your ass off my bus stop. Ryan can stay for you can shit. But nah though, man. Elvis had consistency problems, man.
Yeah.
And then he leaned on his counterpunching ability so much that he ended up losing fights on points. When you're talking about a fighter with fast hands, a la Ryan Garcia, no, he don't beat him. And he really lose. He a southpaw. And when you see southpaws lose outside foot dominance, you understand? One of the only southpaws you will ever see lose outside foot dominance, y'all, and win is y'all got Errol Spence, because he got a hell of a jab. And Elvis don't have that. Like shit, he lunge out with the motherfucking, and you ain't even active enough. So you understand? For those two reasons, I'm inclined to believe that his ass might need to be getting the fuck out of boxing.
I think he need a better trainer, man. Like 13, I really think if he had like a Cunningham or somebody, like I think they would be able to
1-1 with 12 KOs. This dude, 13-1-1. He get you the hell up out of there. But yeah, I think a trainer getting to the next level, because he gonna need that. Some things he gonna definitely need to work on. Like OTB said, is consistency. And that's why I said that inconsistency that he show in the ring will give Ryan opportunities to be able to beat him or to hang around. I mean, it ain't no for sure win for his ass. That's for sure.
And you like losing outside for dominance, which means, yeah, I mean, you a southpaw, so we know how pretty that left hook that Ryan throw is, and we all got to give him props for his hand speed. So, yeah, I mean, for them two reasons, he ain't got a shot in the dark. And that's what else I wanted to say. It's funny that I've just been here a minute, and this is the second time we done said Freddie Roach fucking the fighter up. You understand?
I really don't think he's teaching nobody science of boxing. I really think he teaches fighters how to throw a punch, a certain type of punch, or all punches a certain type of way. That's it. Striking. Like, and then he just goes through the motions as far as pad work and shit like that. He'll throw a 2, 3, 5.
Well, I think it's
1, 6. Like that's all I fucking. He ain't teaching. Yes. I think you're not teaching no science, and I can tell it within your fighter.
That settle in when you have a fighter being as successful as long as he had Pacquiao. You get what I'm saying? Some complacency that settle in there, because y'all having a lot of shit y'all way. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to these fighters, and you got to remember, you still got to be able to teach these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't
gonna give him all the props just for Pacquiao. Pacquiao got put flat on his face because he liked to jump his ass up in there. And he's been doing it his whole fucking career. You understand? Freddie Roach would never have a fighter that's defensively responsible. You understand? This just ain't something he'll ever teach, like Ash say. He don't teach my Ash hit the fucking nail on the head. You understand?
You don't really teach boxing.
I gotta go, man.
Put your ass in that bitch.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I gotta go, man. Thanks for having me. Man,
we probably only got like 2 fighters left anyway. Yo, you've been here. It's
that's
good.
What's up, man. I appreciate it, man. Ash, we gonna make that. We gonna do that film watch, man. Holla at Quee, and I'm gonna get some contact information from y'all for 5, because I'm gonna wrap the film up probably by Sunday, and I'm gonna shoot it to y'all, and we gonna do that shit.
All right, bet. Appreciate you, yo. Appreciate you. Now, do y'all remember Darwin Price, yo? He has 18 wins, 1 loss. His loss is from Malik Hawkins, and he was winning that entire fight. I seen the fight. Okay, he was winning the entire fight, and his knee. A bad injury that he already had rehatched during the fight, and he had to stop, and that's how he lost. Yes, that's how he lost. But he's 18-1 with 11 KOs. He's 32 years old. He's 5'11" with a 75-inch reach. He has the longest reach yet that on this list, and he's fighting out of Houston, Texas. I think because of his reach and the way he was handling Malik Hawkins, man, he was handling Malik Hawkins, man. He was handling his ass. He couldn't get past the jab. He couldn't get on the inside to do anything. When when he bent down and grabbed his knee, Malik Hawkins took full advantage and started beating on his ass like Freddie Roach was saying. But he couldn't fight after that. He couldn't even fucking stand. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason why he has that loss. And I really think him versus if he still fights, which I really believe he does still fight, but I really believe Darwin Price versus Hunter would be the shit. I really do. I really think that would teach Hunter to use his reach more because he'll box the shit. He loves boxing. He's a good boxer. I think he'll box the ears off Hunter. I really do. What y'all think?
I agree with you, Darwin Price is a solid boxer, and now you just made me remember that's that fight that Malik Hawkins won by default. He was getting his ass outboxed by this guy here. So it's no doubt in my mind, especially with the 75-inch fucking reach, that he'd get Ryan hell in the ring because he actually, again, and I'm a fan of fighters that know how to use their physical gifts. And if you got, you know what I mean, reach as long as his with some height, you know, Ryan got some height with him too, but he a little bit, he about an inch taller maybe than Ryan or so, but that reach advantage would be pivotal in that fight, and I think he'll utilize it. And all he got to do is avoid getting caught with anything silly, which I think he'll actually be able to do, especially early. And I think it's a fight he'll be able to win for sure. I'm telling you, these type of 140 is different, man. It's gonna be tough. That's why I'm not want Ryan in these fights. I'm sorry, and none of these
different
fights,
styles, all of them big and grown men, and some of them young, just like him, and they big and already acclimated at the weight class, but already fighting bigger dudes. All of that. Salute to you, D-Ray Promotions. What's good with you? I'm glad you stopped by. Look at Southern T said, Price my cousin. I believe you do. Go ahead, Yoda. If you hear me, yeah, and then there's this dude. So this the last. That was it, yo. For real. Because he doesn't even fight at 140, yo. Rayo fight at 140. For real. But he does want Ryan Garcia. He already said he wanted Ryan Garcia. Man, it's been a fire ass live, y'all. I appreciate everybody that came in this bitch. Please hit the like button. Appreciate everybody that gave a super chat. Everybody that came in and hit the link, y'all, and helping your girl out, man. When it comes to certain videos, certain lives that I go in and I say that I want everybody to cook on something, I really want that shit. Like, I would have sat here and waited till somebody clicked a goddamn link.
Oh, I had you when you said it. You said all you had to do was say it to me. I was right up in here.
Yeah, click this motherfucker. Yeah, appreciate you being the first. Look, I appreciate you breaking the ice, just dude.
Man, no doubt. Hey, man, that's what we do.
And I was glad to see Yoda coming here because I know Yoda don't got nothing nice to say about Ryan Garcia's punk ass show.
He came in here and held it the fuck down.
Hell yes, yo.
Man,
I appreciate
fire, man. This was dope, man.
Right. It's been 3 hours.
Yeah, see how the family do. Damn. Told you. How you think we be getting 3 and 4 hour lives? I'm telling you. Telling you.
Damn. I finally caught one. Yeah, Southern T. Next time I have one of these, hit the damn link, yo. Hit the link. It came up in this joint, yo. But this gonna be one for the books, okay? Because if Ryan is really fighting at 140, yo, you can come back and refer to the shit that we already said about these motherfucking fighters. But something's telling me a lot of these motherfuckers that he fight in the beginning is gonna be no names. But who knows? Because the first person he called out was Teofimo Lopez. Like, he don't got no shame in his game. I really think he be blowing a lot of smoke though, but we will see.
That's why we gonna hold his feet right to that same smoke that he blowing too. You don't fight these people. Nah, bro, we can't. And ain't no hate to you. You just can't keep calling out like these would be good fights, entertaining fights. Even if we think you will get slapped, but it'll still be entertaining. You can't keep attaching your name to these fighters and not fighting none of them, bro. Nah, bro. Right. You just said you was going to do what, and I was giving him his just due for coming out saying, yo, the fans been lied to enough. I'm not doing that no more. I'm gonna wait for my team to, pick the fight, and I'm basically gonna fight. I'm like, that's something I could respect. He seemed humble by the lackluster performance against Emmanuel to go. So it seemed like he was humbled by that and maturing right in front of him. So I'm like, look at this shit. I could get behind this mindset, this mentality. I could support you, Ryan Garcia, even with your flaws in the ring, if your mentality is like at least like that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you right back doing the same shit. So now, I expect you to fight Tank. Nah, I don't care about Teofimo. You call Tank, bet. So you sleepy. All right, bet. Go in there and get that nap, man. Get it over with, man. Probably be the best sleep you had in years.
Yes.
Saying,
I really think after if he get knocked out real bad, yo, I really just see him hanging it up. Like I see him looking at it like, yo, or somebody getting in his ear like, yo, Ryan, you really want to keep fighting? How about they mess something up for good on your face and then you can't battle no more? He gonna have to weigh out his options.
Yeah,
like
I really think it could be like a Santa Cruz type thing with him. Because I just don't think his chin is like that, and I don't think he.
What you mean the Santa Cruz thing?
Like how you got a type knockout, should I say? When it comes to fighting Tank, it could be a Santa Cruz type sleep, like real type. It's gonna be. I think it'll be worse than Rolly. Yeah. I just don't think he gonna do well. Watch the fighter that has a style that got enough power to hurt him, but got that style that's gonna be on his ass. Watch how uncomfortable he looked when he forced to fight under pressure. I just don't think he's gonna be able to handle pressure well. I don't. Like, especially if he can't just get you out of there, and that's not enough. He don't use enough fundamentals throughout the fight to constantly keep somebody up off him if they're determined to getting in your chest and the shit that you throwing. It's respectable, but it just ain't enough to deter him. You're gonna be in trouble. It's gonna be a long night for him. Watch.
I think Ryan Garcia relies a lot on I don't want to use the word hype.
Speed and power to me.
He built his confidence, and his confidence level is so high. Yeah. I think it blurs out what's reality. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes
because and straight up, if you look at it in reality, like, bro, you never fought nobody at 140. Just for you to say you feel better at that weight class, so you stand there. Every fighter will feel better at a higher weight class, bro. It's a reason why they just don't do it, though. You understand what I'm saying? This guy, his confidence is so damn high. He really think his speed and just him being able to lean back will beat everybody that's 5'8" and shorter. He's not. They ain't beating him. It's not like that's just how he looks at the shit. And I'm like, yo, he don't see the reality and the realness of punches hurting him. Like I really think he look at Luke Warm Campbell Soup as being like a flash knockdown type of thing, but really he just threw a straight left at your ass. Like that's really all that happened, and that shit knocked you down and had your arm behind your back like you was about to get arrested for like a kick or some shit. Like, bruh. So I really just think like and Luke is not even a puncher, and you a UK fighter. UK fighters don't even have skills like that. He had like a 3-punch. He had like 3 punches.
Grab your first arm and put it by your back.
That's how he was. Like, bro, come on, man. Like I was so hyped when he fell down, bro. I had a smile on my face like shit.
I ain't gonna lie, I was crying.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I was crying, laughing, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm like all that shit he be talking, all that shit. But again, I'm not a hater. I'm just a realist. I gave him the respect. I said, oh, so he got up and fought back and got this dude to the body. I said, credit to him. You ain't fooled the first opportunity. But again, that's Luke Campbell, and he let you off the hook, man.
He was ass up.
Tank on the other side of that. That's a melatonin movie right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Jay Gibson, salute to you. Yes, he said he moving up to 140. That's what he said. And since he said it, I was like, yo, I gotta do a motherfucking live with him versus 140. Like it just has to happen.
Yeah.
Yo, it has to happen. Like, bro, one of y'all should do a lot. I heard you say that shit. Like you was gonna do a similar. You should do one with Danny Garcia at 154. I made a video about Danny Garcia's. I said, what was it? 2 fighters or the first 3 fighters I was thinking about him fighting, and one of them was Nathan Gilmore. I don't understand. People probably was like, what? Nathan Gilmore is a problem at 154. He'll test your motherfucking ass.
He will. And you better have that firepower to really shake his shit up. Because if you can't, I guarantee you gonna have a long night in front of you. That dude is tough, man. He is.
And Danny was talking about a rematch with Earl Spence, because I was gonna make a video about this, but I don't got the time. I've been working a lot of overtime
Talking about
hours.
he lost. It's some other stuff I want to touch on too that I feel like, because it's quotes and shit that I just feel like create good conversation. Don't keep saying he lost because of anxiety, bro.
Bruh, but what about EJ? EJ had just came off a car accident and fought your motherfucking ass without a tune-up, dog.
Come on,
like,
man.
So what do you think would have happened if he fought you before, when he was calling you out for like a year and a half and you didn't say nothing? Talking about, well, I was on vacation and everybody knew not to call me. Okay, then, motherfucker. Like, don't act like.
And he unrealistic because he only see it one way. He only see it like, well, Danny was going through all of this.
Right.
What if he my problem was? Spence went through way more physically. What about Spence right now too? He just the same way you think he gonna be more focused and better. What you think Spence gonna be? I see the same. I still see a worse ass whooping, to be honest.
Yes, that's what I'm trying. Bottom line is, Earl used you as a tune-up. That's how the fuck you should be looking at it. And and Danny sat there and was like, well, I didn't know he was gonna do Ugas like that. He did Ugas back. That's because you was the tune-up and he beat Ugas ass. So what you think is gonna happen to your ass at 154?
Exactly.
What the fuck do you think is gonna happen to you? You slower than Ugas. Ugas really got some kind of fast hands though, for real. His hands is faster than Danny's. Danny's hands ain't fast.
No.
Like, come on, bro. Let's stop with all of that shit. Salute to you, Mike Biggs. Boxing, what's good with you? TWT in the building. Look, dropping flames on him. Drop the flames on Mike Biggs. All right, are we back?
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to say that did you see, what was it? It was 3 different videos of Gary Russell, and I really want to make a video about this shit.
Yeah, I am. I think I know the situation. I'm on it.
God,
I am. I'm gonna make a little.
I was like, yo, Gary, you pissing me off like always, bruh. And I don't want to hear oh, well, Batman passed away and his father passed away. He's not talking like even if them, no disrespect. No, please know that I'm not disrespecting nobody.
Absolutely.
But even if they were alive, he still would have said what he said. So don't act like that did some shit, because it did not. All right?
Yeah.
When it comes with all that man did was all Chris Colbert did was walk up to you in front of your entire family, because none of them go nowhere by themselves. Okay?
Yeah, they did.
His whole family was there. He walked right up to you respectful. He didn't look down on you. He wasn't even facing you. He was to the side just talking to you, yo. Like, he not trying to disrespect you or nothing. All he was doing was asking for a fight. It seemed like you didn't want it. So he was like, look, we can spar in. This ain't coming out the blue, because the man done had Gary Russell's name in his mouth for a minute now. Ever since he lost, he was saying that he'll fight Gary Russell. Before he lost, he said he'll fight Gary Russell. Right. So it's not nothing that is coming out the blue. All he did was ask you for a fight, and he sat there and just talked and then walked the fuck off. Well, I could slap a motherfucker with it now. He said, man, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And then walked off like, bro, really, Gary? And then
that threw me off too. That threw me off too.
On another interview, he was like, son, really? He said, he really my junior. He need to cut that shit out. Bruh, it's Devin Haney your junior, though. Yes. It's Tank your junior, though. Yes. Yes. And then he sat there and said, on another interview, he sat there and said, Tank, no, he know I was the only person for him to look up to back in the day. He really don't want it. Tank ain't never said he looked up to you.
Ever.
He never fucking said that. He said he looked up to the Petersons, Lamont Peterson and Anthony Peterson. That's what he said out of his mouth. He did not say your name.
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing, yo? Stop it, bruh. I do not like that shit. You can't. So you can walk up to Leo Santa Cruz ill father when he's ill with nobody around and touch all on him. How come I can touch him but not you? You can do all of that disrespectful shit, calling Tank out of his name and disrespecting where he from and all of that shit. He making Baltimore look bad. But Chris Colbert can't walk up and politely ask you for a fight?
Yeah, for
Bruh,
real.
I don't like that shit, bruh. I don't like it, and everybody liked the way he talked. I don't give a fuck about the way he talked. And speaking of the way he talked, in the beginning of one of them interviews, he sat there and was like, "Well, Chris Cobra gonna walk up to me like he's some type of gorilla. Man, cut that. She gonna walk out with some tight ass yellows and green pants, shorts on, and he said butt poking out like a female. I said, no, the fuck you didn't, Gary.
Nah, shit.
No, you didn't, yo. It's too homo. Stop it, bruh. Stop it. I know you ain't gay. I would never call you that. But, bro, why did you say his butt was poking out like a female? Does that fucking matter? It wasn't in the camera. So why are you talking about it, dog? Bruh.
Shut the hell out, bro.
Just stop it, bro. You do too much talking, just like the nigga said. And I've been saying this shit for years. All that nigga do is cat. All you do is talk, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, you gonna say, and then in one of them interviews in the beginning, he told the truth. That's what happens. He talks a lot of shit, and eventually he tells the truth.
Exactly.
He was like, well, really, 3 months after my surgery, I really don't know if it's going to be at 100% in the way that I would want to compete. But just say that then, nigga. God, excuse my French again. Just say that. Just say that then, because Chris Colbert sat there and said, I'll give you time to heal up. He said that shit, and what did you say? Oh well, it's good enough to slap a motherfucker. Like, what you think he gonna back down to you?
He didn't back down. You can't say he did.
And then he lied to the camera and said after he said that he had to shut his mouth up. No, he did not shut his mouth.
No, he didn't. He got louder, to be honest with you.
Out of his face.
I ain't gonna lie, he got a little bit louder, to be honest with you.
Exactly, bro. I do not like his energy, and his energy been like this for
years.
Yeah,
he looked like he was a little annoyed by it, and he offered you to do something that's more realistic. What's more realistic than that y'all grown men with shit to lose? A sparring match where that could be regulated and that's all good, or an actual fist fight. That's not going to benefit neither of y'all. So in this situation, he offered you something that was more realistic. Now, I know it's people that would be like, well, fade is real. Come on, but that's not serving them no purpose. We don't want to see no street fight because we don't get nothing out of that. And they get in trouble. And then it's a black eye on boxing. They don't need to fight outside the ring. He offered you to a sparring match. Either oblige them or, and I get it. It's going to be some people that like to smack a motherfucker, but not when the nigga ain't back down. He like, nah, man, that ain't going to happen. Like, come on.
And Antoine Russell was right behind him. He still didn't back. It should be. You should give somebody some type of respect for walking up, just like Blair Cobbs walked up on Boots and his entire entourage, bro. Stop it, yo. Show some respect and say some real shit instead of all that fucking talking, bro. Say some real shit.
It's real, but I already was on it and I ain't get to it yet.
Go ahead and make your video. You don't gotta say shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get over here on Tim ass. Tim wanted me to get over here on the he said he got Tim Weatherspoon Jr. over here. Something like that. But we had a dope. This was a dope show, man.
Who got that?
Oh, Tim Skywalker.
Okay.
Yeah, he just
Thank you for everybody who came by, and thank you for everybody who hit the like button, everybody that came through and gave a super chat. Peace to the panel, everybody that clicked the link to get up on here, yo. We're about to get up out of here. Go ahead and share this video. Share this live if you want to.
Yeah, T, I'm gonna slide through.
And Tim did ask me to. All right, go ahead, slide through and show TWT some love, yo.
Just wanted to make sure I came here and this was dope, man. Like I said,
appreciate. Tell everybody where you at for anybody that watches playback and don't know.
Anybody, if y'all don't already know, I'm on YouTube at Just Do Boxing. I'm on IG at Just Do _boxing. Same with Facebook, man. Y'all know, man. I'll be on at 8:30 tonight anyway, man. Got something to cook on just a little bit, man.
Every night? How much time? How many nights you going? You coming on at 8:30?
Usually I'll be up from 7 to 7:30. Like that's where I be trying to keep it where I start at. But I pushed it back because I knew I was gonna be somewhere else over here on Tim panel. So I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna jump over here with him, and then I'll be on at 8:30 tonight.
Crush, are you still there, pimping? You still there, Aunt?
Crush.
He probably walked away from his shit, yo. But everybody sub to Yoda does have a page. He does have a YouTube channel, Yoda Wise Crush. You can find him. You can everybody. I didn't say it yet, but everybody, yo, go to www.twt.com and you can see the whole fam. Excuse me. You can check out everybody's page. Everybody's set up under the winning team, and you can go to everybody's channel and sub to them. Not everybody talks boxing and everything. All of it is great content. All of it is great content. Love and peace to everybody that came here. Yo, we about to get up